passing with that, I will call my Vice President, Benjamin Campos, to here to the front. And I will continue with Susana, Ron. Please come to the front. Our board directors and committee, they are the people putting all this together because their time and their energy, their passion for NAHREP, and they saw the mission, what NAHREP represents and do for all of you. This is why we are here. I want to welcome Gabe from Chase, Jesus Alvarez, and Rom, Susana, Sally, Ana, Edgar from Community Realty, Cristina from EXP, and Monica, and come on, Valentina, she's from committing. Mr. Ramiro, please. Mauricio, thank you so much. If I'm missing one, Luisa, you're the passion for this event. Come on, Luisita. And if there is other board director, please come to the front. So you know I have 6 kids, so sometimes I mix the names and I forget who is who. So please, if I say that name wrong, sorry, but there is no more board of directors? Okay, I just want you give very good applause to them because to do this takes time, energy, and passion. Thank you for your leadership, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Maritza.
Okay, if you could please help me with a round of applause, welcome Ta Yen to the stage.
And Cristina Matsutsi.
Round of applause, please. Ty? Ty Gwen to the stage, please. Okay, Ty's coming. Bear with us. He's just having a blast back there. Okay, here's your microphone. If you can hold. Okay.
Just flip it like this. Testing. Yes. Okay, so go ahead and start.
Go ahead. No, you have to go first.
Okay.
Say your name and who you're with.
Hello, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Good? Okay, so I'm going to say a quick prayer, but I decided to write it in Spanish. So I'm going to go here and do the best I can. So let's go ahead and bow our heads. Padre Celestial, venimos ante ti con gratitud y expectativa. Gracias por la oportunidad de reunirnos entre líderes, innovadores y profesionales. Te invitamos a este lugar, guía cada orador, cada conversación y cada decisión. Danos claridad, sabiduría y valentía para liderar con integridad y servir con propósito. Mientras avanzamos en conversaciones sobre crecimiento y el futuro alinea nuestra visión con excelencia, impacto y responsabilidad. Que lo aprendido aquí no solo eleve nuestros negocios, sino también nuestro carácter y influencia. Bendice este evento y a cada persona presente en el nombre de Jesús. Amén.
Good morning. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you guys can join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Christina. Now, how many of you guys are reading the updates for realtors and Metrotex? Just raise your hand. Really? Nobody?
Raise your hand.
How many of you are reading the emails for Metrotex, the updates that we have? Just raise your hand.
Okay, well, no worries. This next segment will help with wanting you to start doing that.
Let's go having on here Mr. Justin London, the CEO of Metrotex.
Good morning. I am so appreciative of that level of honesty because I know what our open and read rates are, and that was accurate. Right? I will note that our open and read rates are below the value that you get from reading them. So I would hope after that little quiz and response that you'll take a look at our emails a little more often. Again, my name is Justin. I am the CEO of Metrotex. I have been the CEO of Metrotex for a little over 2 years. And I just want to say thank you all for being here today. We are so appreciative that you choose to do your events inside of our space and that you give us the opportunity to be part of your meeting. It means a lot to me, and I believe deeply in the mission of NAHREP and our other multicultural affinity organizations because you have a connection to your community that an organization the size of Metrotex simply can't have. But we want to continue to support you in your efforts, and we're always here to be your partner. I do want to take a moment, though, and talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of real estate. Would you all agree it is a complicated time in our industry? Yes. Would you say that I'm not going to say, I will say that the narrative in the public, the narrative in the media is that real estate as a profession is facing challenges and that the real estate market is not as healthy as it could be. And yet when I look at the data, and you may find this as some surprise, 2025 was the second highest year in the history of residential real estate for total closed volume. What is directly correlated to total closed volume? Gross commission income. So 2025 was the second highest year in recorded history for closed volume and gross commission income in the history of residential real estate. Surprising? It feels surprising because we have some things that are challenging us at the same time that the market and the opportunity is as great as it's ever been. And that challenge is that the competition is greater than it's ever been. There are more agents today than there have ever been, and there are fewer units transacting today than at any time over the last 10 years. So at the same time that prices are up, way up, although they're stagnating a little bit, right? We can talk about that. But prices compared to 2019 are up 50, 60%. Units are down 20%. Agents are up 50%. And so what's happened is the opportunity is huge, but whether you got the transaction or your neighbor got the transaction influences our perception on the marketplace. And I think it's really important that we don't allow that perception to drive the public narrative. Because real estate, unlike any other industry, is driven by narrative. It's driven by consumer confidence. What's more challenging for buyers today? Are buyers not buying because the prices are too high? Yeah, there's some. Are they not buying because interest rates are too high? Or are they not buying because they think interest rates are too high and they're going to go down? Or they think prices are too high and prices are going to go down? Not that they can't afford it, it's they don't want to. And I don't blame them. But what do we know? Prices are not going to go down, and interest rates aren't going down anytime soon either. And they might go down a little bit, but they're not going to go down enough to compensate for the best time to buy is today and the best time to buy was yesterday, right? But we are the ones who get to determine what the narrative in the marketplace is, not the news media. But today, we've given up that right to the news media. Instead of posting on social media facts, we're posting on social media just closed, right? Closed in 3 weeks. We're showing glamorous photos of real estate instead of showing the truth, communicating data, encouraging the public to have confidence in the marketplace, right? We're thinking more from a marketing perspective and less from an education perspective. So what I would challenge all of you as you go through this conversation today with all of these experts on stage, think about reclaiming that narrative. Think about reclaiming that narrative in your community, right? That home ownership is positive, which we all know. And this is a great market to get into. The value of real estate is not going to decline. It has never declined in the history of America, but for 2 years where we have blips where it dips, and then what does it do? It takes right back off. The best thing we can do is be encouraging consumers that now is the best time to buy, regardless of all the conflict in the world. The other thing I'll notice today, you're going to talk about AI, among other things. The CEO of Zillow, Jeremy Waxman, not my favorite person in the world, but he did say something very smart the other day. He said 50% of all home buyers cry during the transaction. AI can't fix that. At the end of the day, my grandmother, who was a real estate broker, she was a glorified tour guide. She put people in the back of her Cadillac Seville and she drove them all over town to show them property. My dad, her son-in-law, took her business over, and he was a transaction coordinator, right? He made sure that all the planes landed on time, that the home inspector was where they were supposed to be, and the appraisal got done, and he tracked all those things for his clients so they felt secure. In a post-AI world, in a post-technology world, your clients do not need a tour guide, and they do not need a transaction air traffic controller. They need a consultant. They need a fiduciary. They need somebody advising them on the financial asset that they're entering into. It's one of the things I love most about the mission of NAHREP, right? It's about building wealth. It's about creating generational wealth. That's what you do as realtors, and that's the value proposition we need to lean into in a post-AI world. Thank you all for having me here today. I hope you have a great opportunity to learn. Your competitors are not in this room learning today, and you are. And I thank you for it. Have a great meeting, and thanks for having us.
Thank you, Mr. Justin.
And we also wanted to say thank you, Justin, for allowing us to host our event here. We are truly grateful to host our event here at MetroTex today.
Now we're moving to one of the topics that nobody want to talk, but we have to learn about this.
So let's give a round of applause to our Don Campos, our moderator, and Jerry Tomlinson, our panelist.
Buenos días. As she mentioned, my name is Dawn Campos, and I am with AmTrust. We are a title underwriter. I talked to a lot of people back there on my desk, or on my table, and a lot of people didn't know that title had an underwriter. So surprise, they do. And we are the only underwriter in Texas that has a Spanish title commitment approved. So that's a super helpful tool for those of you that are dealing with clients that speak Spanish, obviously, because even though they speak English, doing a large transaction, they're gonna wanna do it in their native tongue, right? It makes more sense to them. So we're super excited about that. But more excited we are to be here today and kind of dive into life events that can complicate a real estate transaction, namely death and divorce. which is always a fun topic, right? We're here joined by Jerry Tomlinson, who brings decades of financial leadership experience. He's been 16 years in the mortgage industry. He's closed over 1,500 loans. That's a lot. He is a University of Michigan graduate and a former CPA. So Jerry has a lot of experience in virtually every single type of residential loan. So we're excited to get his insights today. Jerry, I know that you've got a lot of experience. You've probably seen it all. So tell me a little bit about when divorce occurs, kind of what happens to the shared primary home and what are the client's options?
Well, thank you, Dawn. And the thing I've always told realtors when you get into situations or you go into a transaction, ask to meet the seller, okay? Ask if the seller is alive, okay? And then, or in a divorce situation, you wanna make sure that we have clear title. When you get into a divorce situation, a lot of times there's equity in the home. And you have to decide, what you want to do. And from a lender standpoint, I've seen numerous occasions where they've decided to let one of the spouses maintain. They're both on the mortgage. They allow that to go. And sure enough, the spouse who took on the house and stayed on the mortgage didn't make the payment, was spiteful to her former spouse. A lot of bad things can happen. So my strongest recommendation, if you're talking to anyone, a client, a friend, if you're going through divorce, sell the home, okay? Sell the home, divide the equity. If you start talking about, hey, there's this much equity, you can get into that, but until you actually go through the transaction, you're not gonna know. And it's really, a very valuable asset. It's hard to split up. Sell the home, split the equity. There's no dispute on, what you get when you sell the home. There's another option. You can do a refinance. You can do a cash out refinance and pay the other spouse off. In that situation, cash out refinances, especially in Texas, rates are higher, okay? It's not as good a loan as if you do a regular refinance. If you get in that situation, you can set up what we call an LTD. Think of it as IOU, okay? Where you can set up the spouse's equity as a second lien and do a regular refinance and pay that loan off. And do it as, and get a better rate and better payment terms. So if you want to, I would either say, if you're going to refinance, I definitely would not allow the spouse to stay in the home with your name on that mortgage, okay? It just rarely works out. So refinance or sell the home would be my recommendation.
Wow, that's a lot of details to consider during a divorce that I don't think people think about. Now, the other time that's usually challenging is during a death, right? When someone passes. So what are the main things that they should consider during that time?
Well, like I opened with, and I've advised agents to do this, you go into a deal, I would ask the listing agent, is the seller alive? Can I meet the seller? And just see what their reaction is. Because the worst thing that can happen, and we've had this happen in mortgages, where we're 2 weeks into a deal and we find out that the seller does not have proper ownership in the home. And that is a disaster. And if you have a death situation, all deaths have to go through probate, period. Okay? And that's a long process. So if you have heirs that own the home, you want to find this stuff out right away. You can talk to the listing agent. I always ask to meet the seller. Are they alive? And you think that's kind of a ridiculous question to ask, but I would ask it just to see what the reaction is, okay? And if they can't answer it, if they're not alive, contact the title company immediately and ask, do we have clear title? Does the seller have the authority and ownership, proper ownership in the property to sell the home? So if you get into that deal 2 weeks into it and they haven't gone through probate, it's at least a 6-month wait to get into probate. I mean, it's a legal process. The courts don't care. They're going to schedule you. It's going to take 6 months. Your deal is dead. So I would highly encourage you to do that and make sure, in a death situation, that they've gone through probate. Because if you don't, your deal is dead.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that knowledge. I think something you said that was really, really important is you talked about meeting the seller, right? Getting to know the people. So a lot of times as realtors, what I've encountered is that you know a lot about the transaction, you know a lot about your clients, but sometimes you forget to tell all the parties involved. So if you know that there's a death or a divorce, make sure to tell your lender, but also the title company. I will say title companies do have some options that aren't probate. So there are options out there, but if the title company or the lender doesn't know what the situation is, or if you, like Jerry said, if you wait 2 weeks before closing, your closing is not going to happen on time. So the more information you give to all the parties involved, right, Jerry? Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
The
Make
better
sure
off
you have
we
a
are.
deal. Yeah. Make sure you have a deal that will go through. And to me, it's just a good habit to get into and make sure, before you submit that offer, before you spend $1,000 on a home inspection and an appraisal, make sure you have a deal. And the title companies do an excellent job. They don't want to waste their time, going through everything, and they don't have a legitimate deal. So.
Yeah. I find usually when I'm teaching a class on death and divorce, there's a ton of questions from realtors about specific scenarios, that they've encountered or that they're in the middle of. And so Jerry's got a table back there, Supreme Lending, right?
Yes.
And then I've got a table back there, AmTrust. So come by and talk to us. We'll be happy to answer specific questions, specific scenarios that you may have. Because they come in all sizes. One of the most frequent that I get is, well, we have a divorce decree that gives it to the spouse. Isn't that enough? And so I'd love to tell you why that's not enough and talk to you about that. And I'm sure Jerry would do the same, right?
Yeah. Well, if you have a divorce decree that awards the property to the other spouse, that's just a court order, okay? You have to file a deed in the spouse's name who was awarded the home. If you don't, it's not going to show up on title. Now, it's not a huge problem to fix because you can file that deed pretty quick. But if you talk to someone and they say, yeah, I got awarded the house, it's in my divorce decree. Hey, did you file a deed? You got to file that immediately. And it's not a big deal. But make sure that's done because the divorce decree is just a court order. It's not going to be sufficient for them to show ownership in the home.
Perfect. Well, we thank you so much for your time, and we're going to go to the next speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don and Mr. Jerry, for being with us. They're going to be in the back. If you have any other questions, please use all the vendors and all the information they have. That's why we make all these panels and these classes for you guys. Now, how many of you love talking about the interest rates? Just raise your hand to ask. Girl, please. You are the lender.
Okay, so a few brave souls. Nobody likes talking about, Cynthia, Logan, make sure to visit us back there, okay?
How many loan officers we have in today? Just few.
That's good. All right, the next panel will break it down for all of us. Let's give a warm welcome to Gabriel Gomez, our moderator, and our panelist.
Please.
How's everybody doing? Good. Welcome, familia. It's so great to be here with you guys. I want to congratulate all of you. You guys are doing something that most people are not doing. You guys are educating yourself You guys are getting better at your craft. So you are already the 1%. With that being said, though, I want to make sure that I introduce the panel here that's going to give us some really good mortgage tips. Coming over. We have Daniel Garcia from Toloson Private Bank. We have Lorena Luna from Happy State Bank. We have Miguel Vega from Southern Bancorp. And the one and only Lucy Bober from Frost Bank. Love it. So let me get right to it. Guys, how do you see interest rates trends impacting buyer behavior and loan production selection over the next year? And I really want all the panelists to answer the same question. So why don't we start here?
Well, you did see they go up. They went up a little bit, right? As far as impact, I mean, the thing that it's always going to be is affordability. So you have the affordability issue with interest rates, payments are higher, but then you've also got increased in prices on the houses because we're still short on units. I think that somebody was saying that we were like 40,000 units short on just here in the DFW market for people to buy affordably. So when we talk about housing affordability, we do look at interest rates, we do look at the price of the house, but one big thing that we tend to gloss over is the income. Income is not increasing the same amount or the same time as housing or interest rates. So that's one of the things that we're all going to have to really buckle down and figure out how to overcome because it is a challenge.
Thank you.
So it's kind of hard to tell where. Sorry. It's kind of hard to tell where interest rates are going. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell where interest rates are going at the moment, especially with the chaos that's happening. The best thing that we can do right now is if we have a borrower that we have a loan for and we have and they're comfortable with the payment, it's just the best to lock them instead of trying to wait them out because we don't really know what's going on and we've never been here before. Historically, it's unprecedented. We just never really, it's not something we can go back and say, oh, well, this happened, this is going to happen. So the best thing to do for your borrower is to make sure that they're comfortable with the payment and, they can always, refinance or something later if the rates drop. But, that's pretty much what we're doing. It's just kind of making sure that they're comfortable with the payment and advising them, if you're comfortable, I would just go ahead and lock now.
Love it. Thank you, Lorena. Miguel?
Claro que sí. Buenos días, familia. Nice to be here with you. We're seeing a shift from rate shopping into rate experimenting. And what they are seeing here is, as Lorena was saying, we are seeing borrowers looking for the monthly payment. It's like, don't tell me how much is the rate. Don't tell me about all those complicated things. Tell me how much is going to be my payment. And as you know, the rate is not only, the payment is not only affected by the rate, it's affected by the insurance and it's affected by the taxes. That's kind of the game right now. We need to look at affordability in a very wholesome way. We are seeing also this concept of date the rate, marry the house, but also focus on preparation. You are the trusted advisor. So you are the ones, as real estate agents, you are the ones that people will trust. The way I'm seeing is my first generation Latinos, my IT Latinos, they don't shop you. They just trust you. Once that they trust you and they know you take care of them, they will follow you. And you have that responsibility, right? So that's what we're doing here, educating ourselves and becoming more responsible for our home buyers.
Love it. Thank you, Miguel. Lucy?
Good morning, everybody. So first of all, thank you for being here. This is exactly what you need to be doing on this market because interest rates are very volatile right now, especially with the current situation with the Iran war and how the 10-year treasury is moving. One of the things is to come to these educational events so then you get to know different lenders, different banks, different programs. There are different programs available that will help with the affordability because, yes, payment is more about looking at the payment, just as Miguel mentioned, rates can go up and down, but taxes, insurance, PMI, all of that is part of that mortgage monthly payment. So as long as you know and you're up to date into different programs, different lending institutions can offer, you can still find affordable programs and affordable payments for your new clients coming up.
Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate everybody's answers. And again, the panelists are going to be here, so if you have any other questions, you can see them after the panel. Now, what are some of the biggest challenges your organizations are facing in today's market mortgage landscape, and how are you guys addressing them?
I think all of us can agree it's all about affordability right now. Finding a house that's worth something to purchase at 250,000, which is kind of where the sweet spot is for the middle income families. I mean, this is a tough market. I mean, we're having, especially in the DFW market, we're having to go outside of the normal metroplex just to find something like that. So what we've done, and I think a lot of lenders have done, is one, we try to work with down payment assistance programs that would help lower that principal cost. We try to offer lower interest rates. And then we create programs that have without the private mortgage insurance, which saves $150, $200 per month, depending on the program. So those are the things that we're really looking at. But another thing I wanted to kind of jump into talking about the interest rates is we have to change our mindset as well when we're talking to our clients and help them understand interest rates are up. But if you look at historically, the rates are pretty much where they need to be. They're average. See, we're all still thinking about those 2%, 3%, 4% days, right? But I like to think of those days as the interest rates being on clearance. I guess you could say they were there to help stimulate the economy. Are we getting back to that? Don't know. I don't think anybody can guess that. So changing our mindset and helping our clients understand that interest rates are they're not very high. I mean, in the 80s, they were in the 14s, 15 to 18%. I bought my first house back in 2006 and I paid 6.75% on my interest rate, which is still a little bit higher than what they are today, right? So just kind of having that mindset and changing that, and banks understanding that too, to create these programs to help with affordability.
Thank you, Daniel. Perspective.
It's working. It's working. So the biggest challenge is the cost to produce. Our vendor pricing continues to be on the rise, and Happy State Bank tries to absorb as much as possible to keep our pricing competitive, and our borrowers feel and keep it low for our customers. But that's we try to do our best to make sure that we still we take a lot in, so that way we stay competitive, so we can offer better rates. And our closing costs are really, really low, which I'm very not surprised, but proud to say that, because of the market. Let's do this or let's do that, and that's pretty much it's just the cost to produce.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think just piggybacking on what Daniela and Lorena said, we're seeing, of course, that affordability gap being the main issue. Highest interest rates, and then you have the prices not going down as much, or at least being stable, but really not the best prices. That's kind of point number one. Number two, it's to demystify or debunk the kind of sour attitude towards homeownership from some of the newest members of our society, especially the younger generation. And I love all my Gen Zs and millennials, but at the same time, we need to make a better job with education, with preparation. What we see is, of course, rates are tough, housing is tough, but at the same time is, why do you want to own a home? Why is it important for you to get prepared to buy your first house? I can tell you from our perspective as a community, we're a community development financial institution. Our mission is to put homes affordable for people, but also prepare you to understand, why are you getting a home? What is important to sustain your home? Not for now, not for the rates that are coming or going. At the same time, we want you to become a well-focused homeowner. So we understand that house will open doors for your kids, will open doors for your family, for yourself. So the main issue for us is to spread the word that owning a home is still part of the American dream. It's important. You don't need to be a documented citizen, fully documented to own a home. Latinos are very deserving and they deserve homes with or without social security numbers. So all those are the things that we are actually pulling for. Like right now, we are actually being very proud of serving our Latino community because we are, and that's what we do. So that's kind of the way we're handling the challenge.
Yeah, I agree with my panel. One of the issues, the main issues that we see is affordability, right? And what the payments and the rates are trending at this moment. One of the things that Frost has done, and I don't know if you saw the commercial, if, my phone was ringing off the book since the last week. We do have a 100% financing with no BMI and $4,000 towards closing costs to help with that affordability so people can qualify for those purchase loans. In the home equity space, also as a CRA and in my product, we have a really low rate with no closing costs. So, my tables over there is one of the things that we're trying to do for the community to help because of the affordability issue, and that's how Frost is working on it at this moment.
Thank you, Lucy. Why don't we stay with you and we go back this way? What advice are you giving first-time home buyers navigating the current market conditions?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the first thing I do is educate. Talk to my borrowers, give them the education they need, see where they at, see where their credits are sitting at the moment. Even though we have the 100% financing with the 4,000 closing costs, they'll still need to have money for maybe buying furniture and making sure they have cash flow. They have cash flow. Are they going to be able to continue to maintain the payment? We know everything is expensive nowadays. Everything's going up in prices, groceries. And so everything starts with education, talking about, what they see in the future, the trajectory, their credit, and then talk to them about the different financing programs and what their goal is.
Great points, all of them. For us, of course, as I was telling you earlier, is preparation. It's about learning. And when you are dealing with a first-time home buyer, when you're dealing with somebody that definitely is in the dark in terms of the process, you need to start telling them that there are a lot of support for first-time home buyers. I mean, we just heard that great program, right? Most of us will present you a 100% no mortgage insurance programs. That's okay. But what we have to tell them is there are city, state, and federal level support, and even private bank level support for somebody that wants to buy their house. They don't know. One of the things that I learned, I've been in this business for a while, and the first thing that I was learning is we, the Black and brown communities, are told the rules. We are not told the exceptions. I think our job is to tell there are many exceptions for somebody that wants to buy a house, and that's what we need to be doing. So my recommendation for a first-time home buyer is look for those exceptions, look for those shortcuts. There are many tools for them to buy a home, especially when they're first-time home buyers.
So I would advise them to be patient and do their research. Affordability is at a low, at this time, and it's sometimes difficult for buyers to purchase and buy their dream home, and sometimes it's better for them at this time to go ahead and continue renting. But also, too, Happy Bank has a lot of programs for first-time home buyers with 100% financing, no MI. And also, too, we have programs for our teachers, policemen, firefighters, emergency workers, and RNs. And we have a great doctor program. It's 100% financing as well. And for the teachers and stuff that I was saying, we help them pay closing costs for those sellers who don't want to, don't have any room to assist. We have that too. But most of all, I mean, we try to educate them and to say you don't really need the money to buy a home. We have programs that will help you. We have a bond program, grant program, and again, are 100% with no MI.
What I would typically tell them is who they work with matters, especially if you're dealing with affordability issues and you want to take advantage of the different programs out there. Not every bank, not every lender, not every real estate agent knows how to work with those type of programs. So who you work with matters. Find somebody that you can trust, and then of course education. Education is a huge part about this entire process. If you have the right team in place, they're going to educate you. So, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is who you work with matters.
Love each point that you guys made. Last question for this wonderful panel is, in the world of AI and everything that we have at our fingertips, like how are you guys leveraging technology not only to help your clients, but also help all of your realtor partners? Daniel?
I'm going to say this. We're old school with our bank. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't use technology. We do. But we're very much about that white glove service. So I'll be honest, I use AI to draft an email or to do some quick research to help my clients. But as far as technology goes, we're not really set up for that simply because of the type of bank that we are. But we do use it, for personal things or, to research and how to word a thing properly, or to even help educate when it comes to AI, maybe finding a better way to explain a concept, something of that nature. So that's what we do.
Got it. Love the old school.
Happy Bank uses three sections. We use up front would be our Encompass and our AUS, automatic underwriting system. That's going to be the first stage of the loan process. And that helps with, qualifying them, getting pre-qualified and stuff like that. Second would be a system we use called Encino. Encino is where we electronically send our loan application, letters to be signed electronically. And also too, if they're not tech savvy, we step in. We meet them, we talk them through it, send me a picture, what are you looking at, and stuff like that. And third of all is we have a part called Total Expert. And Total Expert helps all of the agents. Helps all of the agents stay abreast. I send flyers out weekly or biweekly, and it helps everyone stay on board with the loan process. But I think that's what we're doing, and it helps with with constant communication between everyone in the party.
Love that.
Thank you. We have the same toys, and this is the thing. Technology for us, AI, especially AI, it's like you are too young for this, but there was a time that for you to send a document, you have to use something called fax. And before that, you have to actually go and FedEx it or deliver it by
drop it off.
Drop it off. So what AI is doing for us is just making it easier. It's giving us more time to pay attention to the client. We see AI as a humanizing tool because now we don't have to do all the menial stuff that we were doing or all those boring tasks that you would do. I mean, Encompass is becoming more intelligent. Simple Nexus allows you you can scan, especially for our people especially now that the ones, hey, I don't want to go and see you anywhere. I'm staying at my house. I just go from my work to my house. Well, you have this thing that is in Spanish. By the way, I helped translate Encino. That was my
Yay.
kind of homework like some years ago. And of course, it's translated with Mexican Spanish, so I'm sorry for some of the words there. The thing is, we have the technology, right? So this allows those clients to make the process easier. It makes it kind of takes the friction out sometimes. But nothing, as Danielle and Lori said, nothing will replace you.
Yeah.
Nothing will replace the advice that you can give, the trust that you will generate, especially with our communities, super important. So again, AI makes it easier, but that will never replace us because we are still that trusted partner for the community.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's all these talks about AI and replacing careers. I will say for sure, as Latinos, we're not going to be replaced. Our customers love that human interaction. And I'll give you an example. I'm going after this to the Frost Branch to do 2 applications face to face because my customers want to see me. They want to trust. And they don't, we have Blend. We use that's the platform we use to send the disclosures for the e-sign, to upload the secure portal, and that's all great. But at the same time, our culture, our customers like that human interaction. And for sure, I don't see us getting replaced. So it's important to use AI. It is important. I'm actually working on a certification for it, not for where I work, but for myself, because it's something I want to learn. It is important that the future is moving and we need to move with the future.
Love that. Thank you to all the panelists. Amazing work. Again, guys, they're going to be here. So if you have any questions for them in particular, please seek them out. And we're moving on. Thank you.
All right, we want to say thank you, Gabe, Daniel, Lorena, Miguel, and Lucy. All right, guys, this next one is for those of you who like to stay ahead of the game and maybe close a few more deals while you're at it.
Let's welcome Daniel Garcia, Jerry, Gina, and Bart.
Right. So, you know, in this day and age in our market, we're needing all the help we can get to help our clients, right? So, with that, we decided to bring you a new product that Supreme Lending is now offering. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that, but then we're also going to talk about the appraisal. If you've heard, have you heard that there's some big changes coming to the appraisal process? Yeah. So, we're going to talk about that too. So, let's start off with some introductions here. We'll go one by one, and then we got Gina and Jerry, Bart. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the business, and what you do for your company.
Buenos días a todos. Good morning. I'm so happy to be here and share some important information for benefits for our people, Hispanic people. I work for Supreme Lending for 5 years as a loan officer. I do a little bit of assistant as well, and the majority of my clients are Hispanic. So I try to work really hard to help my people.
Yeah, Jerry Tomlinson again. I've been with Supreme 16 years and been in the mortgage business about the same. Gina's an excellent loan officer, works really hard, and I think that's really important. You know, we have probably 6-8 bilingual loan officers in our region. Our offices at Beltline and the Tollway. If you're heading north, you'll see Supreme Lending Dallas. We offer not only great programs, and we're going to talk about our new EEP program, not only for Hispanic borrowers, but anyone who cannot qualify for a typical mortgage. So it's really an outstanding program. And every year, you know, we get a little better at that. And Gina's going to share some things with you. And the other key part of it is this is an in-house program. So we have a lot of control over the efficiency, you know, processing, the underwriting, which is critical in these programs. So anyway, we're going to share that with you. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Bart Miller. I am the VP of Client Services for my AMC. I don't want to tell you how long I've been in this business, but it's more than 35 years. So I've been doing this longer than I care to admit. I've been with my AMC for 15 years. We are the AMC that handles all the appraisal business for Supreme Lending. That's why I'm up here with these two. So if it's appraisal related, more than happy to talk about it. I can talk your ear off about it if you need me to.
All right, thank you guys. All right, so for Gina and Jerry, so for everybody new to this program, can you explain what this earned equity program is, just in plain English? Because I'm not very smart, so just help me understand how this program is going to benefit.
Yes. So the EEP program is an earned equity program. Basically, the main requirement for the clients to qualify is to check the 12-month rent payment history. That's your credit. If the client doesn't have credit, they still qualify. This is for ITIN, for DACA, or for anyone, like a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. It's so easy to qualify. If you're self-employed, you only need 3 months bank statement to do the income calculation. They don't see your tax return, they don't see your 1099, they don't see anything. Your bank statement, 3 months, make sure you have your assets to purchase the property. It's an FHA loan, which only requires 3.5% down payment, and you can have up to 6% of seller concession. So this is huge for the client. I recently had a client that bring only 6,500 to the table, to the closing table. So this is amazing.
Kind of a follow-up question. Okay, so you said it's an FHA loan or structured like an FHA
Yes,
loan?
it's an FHA loan.
Okay, so 3.5% down payment, okay. Credit score requirement?
If no credit, it's okay. If you have credit, the minimum credit is 580.
580, okay, good to know. And so jumping back, can you explain a little bit about the income part you said with tax returns? So they only need 3 months bank statements, or
If
how does that
it's
work?
a self-employed, yes, you only need to provide 3 months bank statement to show your income. That's how we do the calculation. You don't have to show your tax returns or anything else.
Okay, so it's like a 3-month bank statement loan is what it
Yes.
sounds like,
Correct.
right?
Instead of
With-
12 or 24, it's only 3.
Okay, so 3.5% down payment, minimum credit score of 580, no score is good. If it's a self-employed borrower, 3-month bank statement loan. That's some pretty good stuff right there.
It's amazing, yes. So it will be nice if you guys can share this information. Feel free to reach out to me if I need to talk to the client. It's simple. They don't have to be scared. They just need to have your IT letter, either passport or their ID from their country, valid, not expired, and that's it. It's simple. And, they work really fast. It's not, they don't come back every day with different requirements. Oh, never mind, we need this. No, this is simple as I just explained it.
So adding on to that, it's an I-10 loan or available for people with I-10s, 3.5% down payment, no minimum credit score or 580 minimum credit score, no credit score is good, and 3-month bank statement loan. I don't know if anybody.
The other thing that's important, is DACA and non-permanent resident aliens, FHA, will not do their loans any longer. But under the EEP program, they will. So it's a huge, huge advantage for them. It really is. And to have it in-house, like Gina said, we have to do a fast closing. We can control that, and that's critical. So the other thing that I want to reinforce, when we're talking to the Hispanic buying population, the most important things that we can tell them is rent your own space, get your own apartment or house or whatever, sign a lease, and get a bank account. Have a bank account. It's okay. Trace everything through the bank. If you want to get into home ownership sooner, okay, so we have to have a 12-month rental history. You've got to show that you pay your own rent. So if you do those things, and when you meet people now, if they're not doing that, you can't start soon enough. And those two things, bank account, your own housing expense, and being able to trace it and prove it. So.
Thank you guys so much for that. So their table is at the back. I know everybody's going to have questions. I have more questions that I want to ask later on. So let's jump into appraisals. This is the fun one too, I think, right? So we know the current landscape is changing. What's the biggest change that's happened so far when it comes to appraisals, Bart?
Well, there's a couple of things. If you'll recall, and I'll try to keep the history of how we got where we are today very brief, but in 2011, the GSEs implemented the Uniform Appraisal Data Set, the UAD, which changed the way you see what's on an appraisal. Condition rating, quality rating, amenities ratings were all standardized, so data could be collected through the collateral underwriting portal. So you see C1 to C6 and condition, Q1 to Q6 and quality, those kinds of things, if you're familiar with how an appraisal reads. And that was to standardize everything. As that data set has grown tremendously over the last 15 years, it's led to the evolution of redoing the appraisal report forms. The structured forms that you see every day now, the URAR for single family, the 1025 report for 2 to 4 family properties, the condo form, which is a 1073, are all going away. It's going to become one report form. This thing is very dynamic as the appraisers input information into the form. If they check condo, the form changes to fill out all the parts that are needed for a condominium. And this change is very big. It went live in the fall. It's optional for use with lenders now, and there's a firm cutover date of November of this year. I will say, as an appraiser, these software providers aren't 100% up to speed yet. They're working very diligently to get this done. So the number of reports that are being delivered back to Fannie and Freddie and HUD are very minimal now. We've done a couple, but it's been a very arduous process to get those done because the software just doesn't allow for all the things that we need it to do. But this change is big. I brought some samples of an appraisal report, what they're going to look like. They're back to back. I brought 15, 16. If you guys want to look at one, I can put them out on the tables, or you can come back there if you're interested and grab one and take a look at it. And you'll see how much different they are if you're familiar with appraisals today, that they're going to look once we start this process with a firm cutover date of November 26. I personally am hopeful that Fannie and Freddie will push that date back unless we have some rapid development on the software side that's accomplished, but so far they're holding the line. I'm going to a conference this weekend. We'll learn more about that.
So the appraisal report actually looks different now, right? Is that
Very
basically
much.
Okay? So he did bring some samples, so you can go back there and take a look and kind of get an understanding of what they're going to start looking like. You said it's already rolled out.
It's rolled out. It's in very limited production. If you've seen one, it's a very rare bird right now. And as this gets done, it's going to really improve the consistency and the quality and the efficiency of the appraisal process. It's going to take a little bit more time to get the software up to speed. Once we get through the pain, I feel like it's going to be really good. And the better the data collection from the CU portal becomes, the more precise appraisals will become, and all that consistency and big data will just drive to make the mortgage lending process more efficient. And more efficiency, we like to think, leads to lower costs. I think that's the ultimate goal.
So does this make the job easier or harder for real estate professionals, this change?
The transition is going to hurt a little bit, but in the long run, it's going to be easier. You're going to have the same report. You're going to know where to find the data. The photographs, if you look at an appraisal, they're in random places now. They put all the interior photos in one place, or the sales photos in one place. Now those photos are going to appear in the report as they're needed. So as their descriptions of the interior of the property come up, then you're going to see the interior photos along with that. So things are going to flow in a way that they should. So when you get to the analysis grid, where you all go to see what the comps look like and all, then the photos are going to be there to correlate with that. So it will be better, and it's going to be a change. If you've been in the business for any length of time, it looks a lot different, but it'll be better.
So as real estate agents, what can they do to make this process smoother?
Familiarize yourself with the report form. As far as communication with an appraiser, those of you that are listing agents out there and you have a listing package that you like to give to the appraiser, continue that. The more information an appraiser has about the house when he does the inspection, the better off he is. If the kitchen was renovated in 24, the bathrooms were remodeled in 25, for example, that information is not a part of the public record. So it's good to let the appraiser know, hey, we had so-and-so contractor come in 24 and completely redid the kitchen. That's good information that goes in a report that helps with the overall condition rating. Right now, the UAD report just says kitchen renovated 1 to 5 years ago. But this new report leaves room for a lot more commentary in there that can say contractor redid the kitchen in 2024 and the bathrooms were done last year. That's very precise information related to the condition of the property. So that's just an example.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. So there's more than one path to homeownership, and I think that's the whole purpose of this panel, right? Learning about this new program. So thank you, Gina. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Bart. If you have any other questions or anything, go check them out at the back. Because I
just want to make one comment about
Sure.
appraisals and having someone like Bart run our AMC. We all know it's difficult to negotiate or talk to an appraiser when we disagree with value. And that happens a fair amount of time. And we've been blessed at Supreme to have someone like Bart who, I mean, having knowledge as an appraiser is an asset, but being able to talk to an appraiser and get him to see the light is another talent in itself. And this guy's the best. Him and his team, we're so fortunate at Supreme, and I can't tell you how many deals we have picked up where appraised value is an issue and it could kill the deal. But we'll look at it and his team will look at it, and a lot of times, and I mean probably 75% of the time, we're able to get the value that's there and we'll see it. And if by chance we order an appraisal and the value's not there that we think is there, they'll review it. And if we disagree with the appraiser and we can't convince them, they will step up and pay for another appraisal. And I mean, that's how dedicated they are to assisting, us in being successful. So I just want to throw that in.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll continue with the program. All right.
Well, great information. What do you think, Diana?
Yes, I thought that was great.
So thank you guys, Daniel, Jerry, Gina, and Mr. Barr for being with us today. Guys, again, if you have any questions, they're going to be in the back. Just please get all the information. And one more time, remember, if you have this card, just go visit every single of the vendors, have them sign. It's a lot of information for you guys. And the knowledge that we have right now is a power for you.
All right, so who's thinking about growing their business? We all want more business, right? Come on, guys, who wants to grow their business? Woo! All right, so if you want to grow your business or you're wondering if you want a team after this next panel is for you.
Yes, if you thinking and change yourself to be a solo agent, to be a teammate, we have the amazing panel. And let's go introduce Miss Lynette is going to be our person for this one and all the panelists.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, you can do better than that. I know you've been sitting for a while. Let's get some more energy. Come on now, woohoo, come on. Good morning. All right. Today we're going to talk about what it really takes to promote your business from a producing agent to a running 150 transaction business as a team leader. Okay, come on, guys. We have Maria Susanna Vidal, Mario Victorica, and Travis Brooke. Welcome, guys. Now, these guys are all amazing, so you're going to learn a lot. Oh, thank you. Okay, quick show of hands. How many of you are solo agents? Okay. How many of you are on small teams? And how many of you are wanting to build your own team, a big team? Okay, great. This is going to be for y'all. Okay, let's start with Mario. For someone who's doing 20 to 30 deals a year, what's the first shift they should make to scale to 150 plus transactions?
So no pressure, right? I start first.
You starting
So
first.
my name is Mario Victorica. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. Honored to be here. I think the first thing, if anybody that's closing 20 to 30 transactions right now, congratulations, because it's a big milestone. It's a really, really big milestone, something you should definitely be proud of, but it's time to break through onto the next thing, right? I think the biggest thing and mindset change that we need to do is something that we lack as realtors. I feel like a lot of us are control freaks and we don't want to let go. So I think the first thing that you need to do is one, let go and leverage. You shouldn't be doing things that aren't bringing you business. You should look into, hey, it's time to get a TC or it's time to get a part-time assistant or assistant, depending where you are in your business and your GCI, right? But going out there and being the face of your business and knowing, hey, I need to go out there and bring in business, nurture my past clients, nurture my current clients, and find new business. At the 20 to 30 mark, if you've been doing the game for a while, I mean, add it up. If you've been in it 5 years, at that point, you're already at 100 transactions. You're at 100 families. It's time to start nurturing those families, helping those families, and building it where you're getting referrals from it. So we focus a lot on that and helping our agents. Once they start hitting that milestone, is how can we give them time back on one, they don't focus on the TC side of it, the paperwork, and they're out there getting more business. A little bit back, I completely started backwards, but just so y'all know, our team has done 320 transactions last year, and the year before we downsized, we did 395 transactions. And that's what we teach a lot of our agents is that. Thank you.
Yeah, give them a big round of applause for that.
But teaching them that they're the face of their business. They need to be out there getting business. They need to be out there bringing in clients, and take away that paperwork side of it and take away the things that, hey, if you can pay somebody hourly for it, you're out there making the money. You're out there talking to the clients, and it's a big transaction. So I would say that is learn to let go and leverage. So.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's talk first hires. Who was it? And would you make the same choice again? Travis, you want to hit that?
Oh, yeah. So, first hire. And much to Mario's point, first hire should be an admin person, right? And I think when we're real estate agents around out there, we're hustling and we're showing buyers, we sometimes want to think agent hire first, but leverage out all those systems that aren't dollar producing at first, so you can focus on more dollar producing activity. So I was on a team, left a team, and my first hire was an admin. And I got past this resume from my office manager, and he'd been in the business for like 30 years. So he said, hey, this girl's sharp. Look, actually, he's from Boston, so he said shop. But he passed me his resume. He said, hey, I think she'd be good. So I really trusted him, did an interview with her, hired her. And then it kind of quickly went downhill from there. And she was a little older than I was. But day one, I said, hey, let's go log into Gmail. And she said, what's Gmail? And I was like, oh, I had that cold sweat on the back of my neck. And I was like, whew. But I pushed through it. I was like, I can teach her the skill set, right? So prepping for this panel, I went back and did some research looking at our conversations over the time she was with me. And it's funny how your brain helps you out, makes you sound better than you were during that time. But so I hired her, and in my brain, I was like, gosh, she was only with me for like 2 or 3 months max. Like I nipped that in the bud pretty quick, but turned out to be 8 or 9 months when I went and looked back at everything. But hired her, and it was a challenge the whole time. And I knew from that first day it was probably the wrong hire, but I didn't want to give up. I believed in her. I wanted to be a nice person. I wanted to support her. And with the first hire, I almost felt bad if I let her go. I felt like I failed her. But when you know, and so don't give more grace to yourself in the situation than needed. Be professional, be supportive, but give it a short leash on any hire. But yeah, she was with me for 8 months, and it just got to the point where there was too many mistakes continually. She wasn't catching on to it after all the training and support and all of that. So yeah, after 8 months, which should have been probably a week or two, I did decide to part ways with her. Yeah, so no, to answer your question, I would not do that same hire again. Right position, but definitely not the right person.
Great. Maria, what about you?
I'm with Travis. Same thing happened to me. I think one of the things is we want to be nice to people that are our friends, and we have a lot of expectations because we're always on the go, and that's when we make mistakes. And we need to just fall back, give ourselves some grace, and kind of say, okay, wait a minute, what's going to help me succeed? What's going to help me make more deals, be more out there without me having to worry or leveraging the documentation or anything else. So that was huge for me. I did the same thing, and I will never hire somebody on the spot just because they're my friends or anything like that. I think we need to go through it a little bit harder, get to know the person, make sure that it's a right fit for us, and kind of continue from that. But transaction coordinator is the best first hire that you can ever do if you're trying to develop your team, for sure.
To add a little bit onto that, when it's not working out, I always remind myself there's probably a better spot for them too. Because they feel the same thing we feel probably, unless they're just completely ignorant to the situation, which probably isn't happening. And there's probably a better position out there for them where their skill set, because everyone has a skill set and a personality to succeed. You just have to find that right position for them. And if it's not working with you, chances are it's better somewhere else for them too. So it's really best to part ways with them.
Most definitely. Okay, great. So now that you got the people and the systems in place, none of that matters without consistent clientele. What is the best way to drive business to your team? Mario?
For me, driving business to our team, we focus on two things, right? And I think as real estate agents, sometimes we want to do everything. And we need to understand that, hey, find one or two or three things that bring you joy. I think that's where we get lost sometimes. It's like we're trying to do 100 things, but we forget about the things we actually like doing and focus on those things that you like doing. So in our case, we focus so much on social media events and client referrals. So we're pouring into our client database of everybody that we've closed. As you see, my videographer's out there, so we're always creating content as well, and we do the same thing for our agents. So one, we're leveraging their time, we're helping them build their business, but we're helping them become visible. So when it comes to, hey, I need a real estate agent or necesito un agente de bienes y raíces, they think of me, they think of one of our agents, they think of somebody in our local market that's one of our agents, right? But I think it's that, like finding what works, whether it's open houses, whether it's social media. Our agents have to message 20 people a day, random people. It can't be somebody that they know on a daily basis. That's a commitment that they have to our team. That's a commitment that we have for them on holding them accountable. But it's building those relationships and talking to new people. And the more people that you talk to, the more closings you're going to have, the more relationships you're going to build. And we have a saying where you're one person away from changing your whole business. We have clients that we've helped that bring us multiple families throughout our career, right? So I think that's the biggest thing with us is focus on 1, 2, or 3 things that bring you joy that you like, because we also cold call, but there's a lot of our agents that don't like cold calling. So we're not going to force them to cold call, but we are going to tell them, hey, do you like doing open houses or do you like messaging people? What is it that you like? And let's 10X that so it could help you, one, drive business in and continue building that clientele. So
Great advice.
Did you say they have to contact 20 people they don't know every day? That's awesome.
No,
More people should write that down.
And you do the math. I mean, you're talking about 20, and it's a conversation, but we're also looking at to see who's replying to them. So we'll tell them, hey, do it before 9 a.m. One, so you get it out of the way. If you haven't read the book, Eat the Frog first, read it. It's getting what you don't want to do out of the way the first thing in the morning or the first event in the day, right? Knock it out, do 20 messages at that moment. If you haven't gotten anybody to reply to you by 12, hey, do another 5, and then in the evening, do another 5. So 20 is the minimum, 25, 30. I mean, the more you do it, the more business you're going to get, right? But they have to be having those conversations. On the social media side, we're also having them add 20 strangers a day on Facebook and Instagram. So we're building, one, their audience. You think about Facebook itself, it's a commercial, right? The more friends and family and followers, not family, friends and followers that you have, the more people that are going to see your commercial. So I tell everybody when they join our team, hey, go look at our top producers, see how many friends they have, and I can assure you without even knowing they're going to be the top producers, because if me and an agent here post something and I have more followers, they're going to see my content a lot more. It's going to be, more people are going to see it. So, but yeah.
You guys are getting strange.
What's that?
You're getting strange. You're strangers.
Yeah. Well, we profile too. So we're not just adding random people. We go and we profile the social media profile. 5-10 seconds. Are they married? Do they have kids? Did they go to school? Typically, if you go to school, you have a degree, you're going to see it on there. What type of job do they have? Are they posting just memes, or are they posting business, family, and stuff like that? So we're profiling who we're adding to, because at one certain point, you're going to max out at 5,000 friends. So you can't add more people and then we go and delete it, right? But we're adding with the purpose, not just adding to add. So we also, especially, I mean, we have a lot of girls on our team. We want to make sure that they're adding the right people that have the potential to buy a house or that want to buy a house. So.
Great, fantastic information. Now, Maria, what systems do you have in place?
I'm more of a people, I like to meet. I do a lot of Hispanic, and like hispanos, nos gusta colaborar con otras gentes. So my basic is just going to talk to them, just go meet them, have coffee with them. I get invited to a lot of parties sometimes, and I do attend. I try to attend most of the time, but I had to learn that this was a relationship business, and we can't be. I know a good friend of mine told me, you can't be the agent hiding in the background. You always have to be out there talking to people, meeting new people. And I know there's a lot of hispanos que no les gusta social media, so we try to meet them face to face most of the time.
Travis, how about you?
So, kind of like what Mario was saying, find something you're passionate about. And I talk to a lot of our agents at my office now, and they're like, gosh, I don't want to do open houses. And my response is, don't. Find 1 to 2 things that you're willing to do consistently to get the amount of business that you want to get. Usually one of those needs to be database, because that's going to be the quickest and easiest way to find business is with people that you already know, like, and trust, and they know, like, and trust you the same. And then the other one needs to be something that you can do that maybe you're passionate about, or you do naturally, that you can do consistently enough. And that's the main part of the whole business. And that's why I loved his 20 people a day, is just the consistency of it, right? There's a lot of agents that they'll hear a new shiny object and they'll do it for a week and it doesn't work after a week, and then they'll move on to the next shiny object. When in reality, you just got to be consistent day in, day out with who you're contacting, what your message is, and just letting people know that you're there to support them at any time of their life. And oh, by the way, I do real estate, so when that time comes up, I'm here to help with that too.
And I think just to add to that real quick, because we have an agent that we just recently brought on, brand new agent, 18 years old, completely different than, we get in the business in our 20s, a little bit later, right? And I think that 20 conversations that we have, like he's saying, consistent is key. Because I've seen it where, hey, we're having those conversations for 2, 3, 4 months and nothing is happening. Our agents get frustrated sometimes, and I'm like, you just got to follow through it. And it's crazy because month 4, he just contracted a $560,000 house. It's his first contract, and he's also about to list another property from the conversations that he's having. So the first 2 to 3 months, it was like, nothing's coming from it. I'm like, bro, you got to understand, you just got licensed, you just got out of high school. Like, you got to continue doing it and follow through. And one, it's going to build skill, because we talk about, hey, the end of the journey isn't what you accomplish, but who you become. So learning those skills and mastering them. So consistency is key in anything that you're doing.
All right, great. This is going to be for each one of you. Start with Mario. If you had to start your business all over in the DFW or in San Antonio, in your case, area, what would you do differently?
I'd go back to going to Joy. I'm a big car guy. Nobody hate me here. I'm a big Spurs fan, so I love basketball. I think we focus so much on Spurs fans. Any here? Anybody here? Anybody a Spurs fan? Just me? Oh, good. He's from San Antonio too. He's from over there too. So, but I'm going back to it, finding one thing that brings me joy. So, like, I'm part of a Corvette club, because we have a Corvette back in San Antonio, and I get so much business from it. We have car meets, we go to car meet, but we're plugged in with people in San Antonio, as well as Facebook groups that I'm part of. So I would look into that here in Dallas, start with open houses, and get plugged into the Facebook groups with things that I like, that I can relate to. Because at that point, it's not just trying to sell a house, it's building a relationship, build a friendship. I think that would be my biggest focus, is coming into Dallas and make as many friends as I can, and then excelling from there on, hey, okay, let me have an event, let me have an open house where the Corvette guy's hanging, let me go have an open house there, and go from there. Then I would do, there's different systems that you can get to cold call. Not that I like cold calling, but I would do it to start that business up. And I would try to do it as fast as I can within the first 90 days, is make myself known that I'm here. And then leveraging social media too. Hey, I used to be in San Antonio, just moved to Dallas. Anybody moving from San Antonio to Dallas, hit me up and I'll help you, and just take it from there. But 10Xing it on trying to do it as fast as possible.
Great. Maria, what about you?
I think for me, mindset would be the most important thing. I think I don't come from a business background. I was a stay-at-home mom for such a long time that when I got into this business, I was so scared of, getting my first deal and kind of getting out of my way to learn the business. And I think that mindset shift happened in my second, third year, and that's the drive that had me, hey, I can do it, even though I do English is my second language and I do have a big accent. I always had that excuse for me. So mindset, shifting that mindset to yes, I can do it. Yes, there's a niche for me that I can focus on, and just getting out there and getting out of my way, kind of would be the thing that where I started first.
Great. Travis, how about you?
If I had to start over, I probably would change some of the things I would say to people or the questions I would ask. Early on, not as much confidence and not leading into those conversations with people. So when you're talking to people that you know and talking to people you don't know, either door knocking or cold calling, open houses or whatever you're doing consistently, earlier in my career, actually for most of my career, it was, hey, if you ever know anyone that's looking to buy or sell, please let me know, right? Now, if you ask a different question, and I started asking a different question, my leads in business went up dramatically. So instead of, hey, have you ever know anyone, changing it to, hey, by the way, while I got you, who do you know that's looking to buy or sell in the next 3 months? And then shutting up until they say something. Lean into it. It's uncomfortable for you. And I always tell people now, like, ask for the business. Like, don't make it weird, but ask for the business. And when you ask, who do you know, it makes them stop and think about it. And you will hear them thinking, and they'll go, you know what, I don't even want to right now. But now you got their brain tuned in to that question. So the next thing they're going to overhear someone at work or at church, and they're going to think about that. Versus you say, hey, have you ever known anyone, let me know. And they're like, I love you, Travis, you're the man. Of course, I'd let you know. And then you never get a referral from those people, right? So that's what I would change. I would encourage anyone to change that immediately in their business. And yeah, your leads will increase significantly.
Great advice. Okay, now the one everyone loves. What mistake did you make that was the most expensive mistake in building your team? Mario?
So I think we'll go back, and this is being recorded, right? So we'll go back to the hires. I feel like we hired friends, family, not in any wrong way, but just not for the position that they needed to be in. And we're Latinos for the most part. Like it's hard to fire somebody when you know you should. I think that was the biggest thing, is knowing, hey, if it's not going to work out, it's time that it's not going to work out. And just going from there, or finding that position where, we have an individual right now where they're excelling in another position we put them in. And now it's like, hey, well, I should have done that right from the beginning because we noticed. So I think it's, once you know something's not right, find the right way to fix it, or hey, it might be impacting the team. You never know. Once you change it, your team actually grows even more. So.
All right, and our time's almost up. So Maria, real quick, do you have anything?
Just be okay with being uncomfortable. I know many of us don't like being on camera, don't like being on video. Get over it, guys. I think this is the new era. We have to do this for ourselves, to market ourselves, to get new clients. So just get over it. Make some videos, make some content, because it will cost you at the end if you don't do it.
Travis, real quick.
Real quick, as you're growing your business early in your career, again, it's, hey, how do I do things? How do I fill this contract? How do I do these listings? How do I help buyers? But as you're growing, that how needs to transform into who. Who is going to help me, and who am I going to help grow this business? Because when you have the right who in place, your business will exponentially grow.
Fantastic. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Thank you, guys. How many of you now that are thinking and be part of the team or building their own teams? Nobody? Well, thank you, Mrs. Lynette, Mario, Susana, and Travis.
All right, everybody. So now we're going to ask you guys a question out in the crowd. Time to listen up. So we are going to step into the future. Now I am going to pick a table and I want you guys to tell me what form of AI are you guys using? This table here. I heard ChatGPT. Okay. Table over there. What form of AI are you guys using? ChatGPT also? Okay, great. So today we are going to welcome.
Let's go to bring and welcome to the stage Mr. Salvador Villalobos.
And he is with Angel AI. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out. So I would like to introduce you to Luke Rosenblum, who is the Chief Client Officer for Sylogence, which is the perfecter and creator of Angel AI. Hello, hello.
Hello. Buenos dias. Grab the.
Yeah, do you have this? Yes. All right.
That's me.
All right. That's 2 times in a row. So.
There you go.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the wealth gap for just a minute, guys. There's, the top 2% and then the 98% of everyone else, right? What do you guys think? Is the wealth gap getting bigger right now or is it getting smaller? Bigger, right?
By this much or by that much?
It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger fast. What about in the real estate industry? The top 2% doing more business, starting to do more and more business than everybody else? Sal and I and our team are here to fix that for you today. You guys like that? Basically, what we've done with Angel AI is to provide all the tools that the top 2% use and spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on and time training for free for all of you here. Okay, so yeah, thank you. Thank you, we're very proud of that. So guys, a little bit about Angel AI before we jump into that. We have been featured on Forbes, Fox Business, Fast Company. Also, we have multiple papers published in many scientific journals as well, major scientific journals. We're at its core an AI research and development company. We have a key team of researchers. Our CTO, she's a genius. She could have gone to MIT. A couple of her brothers did go to MIT, but she chose the smart path and got in on Angel AI. So now she's a billionaire. We are a company of champions. We associate with world champions, celebrities, and just people at the top of their game. We do that because we believe that energy resonates, like it's resonating through all of you right now as you're interconnecting and networking to be here with other top producers and new ideas, right? That's why we're all here. So it's the same for our company. That energy resonates through all of our employees and then to all of our customers. We have champions at the top all the way through the bottom through our company. You might recognize some of these stars there. Our investors trust us. Our company is valued at $119 billion, official valuation. That's enabled us to form our own private equity. And we've taken billions of dollars direct from sovereign wealth and created AI capital markets around the world. The reason is because our AI is also on blockchain. So our investors can track every penny through the system. In 2008, Lehman Brothers crashed, and a lot of these investors around the world got burned very badly. Angel AI is bringing them back into capital markets because you can't mess up the bonds with Angel AI, right? At that point, it's secure. We have experienced rapid growth, my friends, rapid growth. We're currently at almost 400,000 accounts, and many of those are real estate agents and loan officers like you, the vast majority. Because again, we're giving them all the tools that they need to scale their business completely free. And we're gonna get into those in just a minute. We are adding about 20,000 accounts a month. That is more accounts than all the top 5 retail lenders have loan officers every month. So it's viral growth. Fast Company is a big worldwide tech publication. And every year, guys, they do a big competition for the best of the best in tech. Last year in 2025, we were honored enough to receive their Innovation by Design Award for Angel AI. Angel AI is AI beyond limits. It's beyond LLMs. And all of you probably, as you heard before, many of you are already using LLMs, right? Like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. These are amazing tools. I use them every day myself. But they're generative AI, which means that they're creating. Whereas Angel AI is the world's first transactional language model. It's a TLM. The problem with these generative AIs is that they're not very good at managing money because generative AIs produce random information. Angel AI is a decision-making AI, so it's accurate. Here's an example, right? You don't want your car hallucinating a green light when it's a red light, right? We don't want our Tesla to do that. You don't want it hallucinating a clear to close on your file. You don't want it hallucinating the purchase price on your listing. This is Nadella. He's the CEO of Microsoft. They have been having major problems with profitability on their LLM. And now they're facing major lawsuits. I think you guys saw they pulled Sora recently because of the liability. This is what I'm talking about on this randomness of the LLM. Sam Altman, of ChatGPT, he has been very vocal that not all AI is created equally. And he's the first to tell you that he trusts the answers from ChatGPT less than anyone else in the world because he knows they programmed it to not be accurate, right? It's going out, it's grabbing a bunch of information, and it's throwing it at you. And then there's a disclaimer that says, please do not use this information for professional advice. This is the reason for all the lawsuits that are currently underway at OpenAI. The proof, guys, the results are in the numbers. Fair lending is a big problem in our country. Angel AI was designed to do unbiased decision-making as well as all of your business processes within the regulatory guardrails. So it doesn't just talk to you, it actually executes for you compliantly. Here's an example of what we've done in fair lending. Unfortunately, if you look at Latino borrowers, 7 of those that are denied, right? 4 of them should have been approved. That's not acceptable to us. For Black Americans, for every 2 that are denied, 1 should have been approved. Think about that. And then for our veterans, for every 4 that are denied, 3 should have been approved. For protecting our safety, we have to do better. An independent think tank did this study over the last 7 years, and basically found that to be true. What Angel AI has done, as you guys can see in that orange bar, is we have equalized approvals across the board. Angel AI is approving loans at 2 to 3 times the rate of traditional underwriting.
And so much so.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
And so much so that we are officially recognized as a home of fair lending. You just can't tout that out there. We're the only lender that can say that. And we have funded over $35 billion in the blockchain. And that's giving your clients that edge to be a homeowner.
Absolutely. It's all about equaling the playing field. Sal?
All right. So now it's my turn. So again, like Luke said in the beginning, we are giving you all the tools without the cost of the top 2% in your industry. That's a great accomplishment. Why? Because we believe that we should all be able to provide the best service for our clients. You know, sometimes we have we're at the cusp of getting to the next level, but we don't because of time constraints, because of the expense. We can be great if we're given the opportunity, right? That's what we say. Give me the opportunity to be great.
That's right.
We're giving you that opportunity with all these tools that are free to you. And
all we ask, guys, is that you share the good karma and the love. You know, that's what we're here to do. Angel AI is free for all of you to use. And here's some of the tools.
So you got your real estate transaction coordinator. Your real estate transaction coordinator is available to all of your agents without cost. It can do up to 100 purchase contracts a day with all the state disclosures. Right now, we're available in California, Texas, Florida, Nevada, Arizona, and soon to be in all 50 states. So
it's pretty amazing. It's got all the state promulgated forms, all the addendums. It's got, you can ask questions about the contracts in there.
This is an example of the AI transaction coordinator.
Basically adding the address, right? What's the property address? What kind of property is it here?
From commercial to land.
And basically walking you through the transaction coordinating in a few fields, and then it reaches out to all the parties and does the TC work for you. So if you're a TC in here, we can triple your bonus today.
And for the processors as well.
True. Loan processors are our best referrals. We've got free Angel Sign in here for you. This is basically DocuSign, but we're saving you about $250, $300 a year. So there you go. Just that one feature. Save you some money. We're all about that.
You can send your clients for letters of explanation. They don't have a printer. They don't have a scanner. You can send them this document. The document through Angel Sign. Let's say that you want to send every party the amendatory clause. You can do that. The beauty of it is it's going to automatically load into your file, so you don't have to be chasing that one document.
This is basically the Angel Sign for you guys. It's a little demo. Click to open. This is also what powers our free credit repair inside of Angel AI, which is really exciting. We'll tell you a little more about that in a second. So boom, you just fill in the fields and Angel takes care of the rest. We'll keep it moving. So for you guys, agents, the other thing that Angel does for you is it increases your web presence. It enables you to create in just a few minutes lots and lots of websites, right? Because we all know that some of these big tech companies are buying Google right now, pretty much these Google searches. So these things we're about to show you help you fight back against those big companies so that you can have a web presence in addition to your social media and some of your own corporate websites.
So the beauty of the Event Center website is that you can create a seminar, a first-time home buying seminar, an investor seminar, a recruiting seminar, A birthday party doesn't have to be business related. You're going to post it on social media platforms. People are going to sign up through that website. The beauty of it is you're not going to be competing with other company realtors or loan officers or title companies, because you're going to be able to approve or unapprove the registrant. So if they have a commercial email, you're probably not going to approve those. You don't want to put the time and effort and money for somebody to come in and poach your business. Or do you like that?
So SEO websites for your events. Boom, create an event, follow the prompts. It's that easy, right? Just like you were using an LLM. But remember, this is a TLM. It's executing your business processes for you. Very easy.
Right. You also get connections. Connections is a beautiful component of Angel AI. When you share your custom link, you are with your loan officers, real estate partners, families, and friends, you are creating a connection. When they apply for a mortgage, when they need to lock a loan, when they open up their Angel AI account, you're getting bonuses. You're getting for example, if they open an account, you're getting 1,500 points or tokens. And when you start building enough of these tokens, you can start paying for the appraisal, the credit report, buying down the rate, closing gifts. You can even help them pay their mortgage. Every quarter, you want to send them $100 towards their mortgage payment. That's much more impactful than a cutting board or a bottle of champagne. And they're not being added to your margins. You're not paying for them. You're being incentivized by the activities that you promote through there. Creating your SEO web listings, which put you on top of the search engines, allowing you to compete with the big boys. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost your loan officer anything. And if they need to contact you, they can do it directly from there. You don't have to print your listing sheets anymore. You can do it through Angel. You can customize it to that person. And now I had a situation where we did that at an open house. I told the realtor, don't print out your listing sheets. Let's create your SEO web listing. And at that point, when they ask you for it, you can either email them or text them the link. And that link, you're going to customize it. Hey, Mary, I hope your anniversary dinner went great. I hope your son's baseball game turned out the way you. But now it's personalizing it. And not only that, but then you can say, let me forward it. I had a situation where the parents came in. Oh, this would be a perfect house for my son. I'm like, great. Let me send him the link as well. That agent got the sale and the client. Because if we would have given them a listing sheet, they would have gone somewhere else. And not only that, but then there's also, you can share, because we're integrating all these different programs within Angel AI, different companies. We're going to be doing free tax prep, free credit repair, payday loans at 8 to 9% interest rate. You're going to be able to do utility connect, or you are. It does wills, trust, and does it for free. But if it's more complex, then it's going to have to get a professionally vetted individual to come in, such as an attorney or a professional. They're going to come in and you're going to be bonused, or you're going to be bonused 1 to 3% of the points that are earned.
Yep, just like Sal said, you earning these points, you can basically trade them in for our own cryptocurrency, Angel Token, which has a cash value. You can utilize it for all different things, and that's when I mentioned the good karma and sharing the love earlier, that's it. We're bonusing you in crypto for utilizing this system. Jump on your connections right there, show my connections, and then Angel will tell you all the people you're connected with that you've earned cryptocurrency by utilizing that, by sharing the platform. So basically, John shares with Sam, shares with Larry, and so on, and you continue earning these points, which you can utilize to pay for appraisals for your customers, lock extensions, all kinds of different things. Closing gifts, as Sal mentioned. Guys, this is probably the one that our real estate agents love the most, I think. They're pretty into it. It's our free lead prospecting. We have a 30,000 square foot call center just a few blocks from here in North Texas. If you know anybody that needs a really good job, we are hiring here entry level, and then we're promoting them to our account managers. Some of these folks are getting promoted in 2-3 months, and then within a year, they're making, hundreds of thousands of dollars as an account manager. All you have to do is upload your contacts securely into Angel AI. Upload your script. They're professional appointment setters, and it's not AI calling, right? I mentioned these are real live human beings. They're going to call all of your contacts for you and set appointments all day. If they don't reach somebody on the phone, then they'll drop your custom script. And all of this is DNC scrubbed, so you don't have to worry about compliance.
And they're all white labeled as well.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's important.
I typically am calling 2,000 to 3,000 people a week while I'm up here standing talking to you guys or traveling or what have you, constantly calling. Yes, sir, I'll get your question in just a moment. Yep. This is the presentation websites. You can drop all of your listing presentations, your buyer presentations, right, Sal?
Right.
All of
And it's going to create your listing presentation for you, just with the PDFs that you drop through. And like you said,
Again, just another way for you to enhance your presence on the web. Because if you're not visible online, right, you've got your social media. Now we're going to be calling for you. Now we're also going to be helping you build all these custom websites.
and it's not taking days to get that taken care of. These are happening in minutes in some cases. There was a young lady at one of the events, at one of the presentations or training that we were doing last week, and she created her web listing while we were there.
Oh yeah, I like to do 10, 15 at a time. So basically it gives you all your information right here of loan products if you want them on there, if you're a loan officer, and you can co-brand this with your agents and then print the flyers, share it on social media. There's embedded video, all for free, right? Oops, these are the marketing materials as well. There's a huge library of marketing materials for you as a realtor or a loan officer inside of Angel AI. So again, we've taken care of all that for you for free as well.
Or do you like to pay for marketing?
Custom websites, right? You can do a custom landing page for yourself or co-brand it with your partners. Just another way, again, that we're providing that visibility online for you. And it just takes a couple minutes. This one right here, Sal.
Credit boost.
It's a big one.
Sugar Shane Mosley proudly announces that he is a benefactor of Angel Credit Boost. He had challenges with his credit. He's made over $200 million in his lifetime, but he had challenges with his credit. You know, when you have money managers, they're not always the ones taking care of what you thought they're taking care of.
Yeah.
When he uncovered or discovered that his credit was low, and he had a conversation with Pavan on a flight to Puerto Rico from Texas. And Pavan, the owner of the company, the CEO, the genius that created Angel AI, explained to him what the credit boost did. So from what I'm told, a couple months later, he runs into Shane at a restaurant, and he's told that, hey, thank you for giving me the tips about Angel AI of the credit boost. He goes, I've been able to increase my credit score from the low 500s to the high 600s in a short period of time. And the beauty of it is free. There is a small deposit of $75, $45 for a soft pull credit report, and $30 if we have to do a mail out. If we don't have to do any mail outs, we'll refund the $30 back to that individual. If we have to do a mail out, let's say it costs $5, we'll refund $25 to them. If they are using a SunWest originator, doesn't mean a SunWest loan officer, but a SunWest originator, broker, lender, or even retail, they don't have to pay for that credit report.
Right? Basically, guys, we downloaded the brains of all the top credit repair companies in the country that we partnered with on this, and it does the credit repair for the customer for free, completely for free. And the results are 28 to 35 days. We're seeing huge score jumps. Doesn't matter whether they have 50 derogatory items. The AI is going to pop up a power of attorney to replace all the letters they would have to write for themselves. And then it's just going to flip the script on the credit collection agencies, where basically instead of them hassling our customer, the AI is going to hassle the collection agencies on their behalf. Pretty cool, right?
They're going to put us in the D&D. No, just joking.
It's pretty awesome. We love it. It's working better than we even thought. Apparently, they don't want to do paperwork. They just want to collect money from our customers. So give it that. This is possibly one of the biggest value items that we have with Angel AI, in my opinion, especially for real estate agents and mortgage broker loan officers. This is our true approval. It's an upfront underwrite. You drop your file inside Angel AI, your customer applies, they submit it to underwriting at application, right? So they're getting an approval in the first day, a full loan commitment. It never made sense to me, okay, why are we getting a contract and then trying to close at a deadline? So this enables you to have a full loan commitment so that when you start the keys to your car or push button or you know, your EV or what have you, and go out to show your clients, you know that your commission is guaranteed, right? From day one. It also enables us to close that deal in 8, 9 days, 2 weeks or less, if we're waiting for the option period. So really, really powerful for you guys that, you know, with gas prices being $4 a gallon, we want to make sure that when you're out there working hard, that you're going to get paid for that effort. Hope you guys like that one. Yeah, so
I had one clear to close from submission in 3 days. They submitted their application at 4:30 on a Friday. By 1:30 on Thursday, we had it clear to close. Full disclosure, we had an appraisal waiver, and this deal had fallen twice. This seller had 2 deals fall, and they took even though we weren't the highest offer.
So that's really amazing. I mean, to provide that kind of security in a very, you know, insecure situation sometimes, right? You're just taking somebody's word that it's going to close, and you just never know. Because if you ask 12 different people, what's a pre-approval, you'll get 12 different answers. This is a full loan commitment, right? The blockchain inside Angel also lets us do some very, very interesting and innovative things, including, right?
Your angel twin. I don't call an angel agent. It's my twin, my mini Sal. My mini Sal, when I was in Puerto Rico, what do you do when you're in Puerto Rico and it's sunrise? You go to the ocean. You take a dip, you come back out, you towel off, you look at your phone. I had 6 pre-approvals, 6 pre-approval notifications. 4 were pre-approved, 2 had to go to the credit boost. It wasn't a no, it was just not now. Yeah. But I never talked to these individuals. They talked to my twin, it took the application, it analyzed the answers, said, okay, these are the documents I need. Would you like to upload them now? Took pictures with their phone and uploaded them straight through to the blockchain. It wasn't being stored in the phone because the phone is just a conduit to the blockchain. So everything we do within Angel AI is on the blockchain. I had a 70-year-old grandma finish her application in 9 minutes, signed the BCA, uploaded her documents, everything in 15 minutes. 90 grandma. Because it's so easy to use. She didn't want to use it. I'm like, why wouldn't you like to use this AI? She's like, oh, it's so difficult. I'm like, what's difficult about it? She goes, I don't understand it. I'm like, how did you get this link? And how did you communicate? She goes, oh, by text. I'm like, this is that easy. The owner of the company created this application in a manner that his mom can use it, who only uses WhatsApp and Uber. So she said,
last
okay.
slide, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This is our last slide, guys.
What's happening? Who's behind me right there? Who's that guy right there behind me? Who's behind you? Who's behind you right there? I see a man wearing a blue denim jacket and a black baseball cap. He seems to be smiling at the camera. Yeah, he's a very happy, smiling guy. This is crazy. So the funny part, it looks exactly. This is Sam. You are Sam. This is Sam.
Watch this. So Sam, I'm a little stressed out about my work right now. What advice do you have for me?
Roger, I can see you're stressed about work. Sometimes we just need to shift our perspective. I had a client who was struggling, and after reprogramming his brain, he felt like a new man. He started with affirmations like, I am a powerful person.
So that's
And the guy holding the phone
What do you think?
is
Is it worthwhile?
Jiu-jitsu, I think it's a great way to challenge yourself physically and mentally. It's not just about the physical aspects. It's also about building discipline and focus. I've seen many people transform their lives through martial arts. It can be really worthwhile if you're looking to push yourself and learn new skills. What drew you to jiu-jitsu? Unbelievable. Yeah, he supports jiu-jitsu.
and that's Sam. That is Sam right there with the cap.
Can see
That
him,
was
right?
his twin.
He's a mindset coach. He works with top athletes, poker players, like the Grinder, who won $10 million at the last World Series of Poker. That's one of our champions. And basically, these mindset coaches and many other top performers are downloading all of their content into their Angel wallet, so they own it, and basically programming their own agentic AI. Now, you can do that on other platforms, but remember, if you do that on another platform, you are giving away all of your IP to one of those other big tech companies versus our technology, which secures it inside your wallet, right? And then what about the wallet?
The wallet is incredible because you own your own data. We're in Web3. Before Web3, we were freely giving all of our data to Google, ChatGPT, all of the different Meta. We were worth to them about $65,000. And what did we get? Some okay information, mostly bad. Here, you're going to monetize your knowledge. You can get your angel twin. So within the digital wallet is your utility token. Your utility token is the brain that powers your angel twin. We have a life coach. This life coach has 12,000 subscribers. And he's charging $9.99 a month. If you want to have him life coach you, it's tens of thousands of dollars a year. And if you want him at a higher level, it's even in the hundreds of thousands. How is he coaching 12,000 individuals around the clock, around the world with our AI? Because it does not hallucinate. Because every answer that Angel gives has to have a 100% confidence score. And, has to have a 100% confidence score. So come see us at the booth. We'll explain more about the Angel AI and how you can get it for free, as well as utility token. If you go in the back and scan the code, you'll reach out to Pavan Argawal, the CEO. He will respond, and you may win some money or get some kind of cool gift.
And if you create your wallet today at our booth,
yes,
then you get a free backpack. It's like $200 worth of value. There's a bunch of goodies inside the backpack for you guys. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, all right. Thank you guys so much for that valuable information. So now we know we don't just have ChatGPT. There's definitely other options out there.
Okay, let's go to one of the other amazing panels. How many of you guys know the 10 principles of NAHREP? So if you don't know those, we have right now our President Maritza Furlan and Vanessa. So let's walk in.
Give a warm welcome.
Gracias. Buenas tardes. No funciona. Buenos días. Yo sé que digo buenas tardes. Buenas
¿Cómo que ya
tardes.
son las 2? Ella viene de Maryland, so creo que estamos un poquito con las horas ahí. So thank you so much for coming today. I just want to say thank you I want to thank the past presidents, Lisa Almaguer, Eloy, Leticia Ramos. Thank you so much for what you built in the past. Now you see ¿cómo se dice? El fruto. So thank you so much, guys, for your time and your passion with NAHREP. And as they say, so I want to introduce you to Vanessa. She flew from Maryland.
Maryland,
She's a president right now with that chapter as well.
And she is very successful and on a team as a financial, very successful team in there in different states as well, right?
Yes.
And she says she's fixing in Texas, so I don't know who's going to sign to her. We see who signs. And also, you create your own book, which I very impressed with that. And calls Despierta de la Coma Financiero. If you want to know more about financial, she's very great advice. She wrote her own book. I met her a while ago in NAHREP in one of the conference. And you know, as NAHREP it is, we connected. We create, and not only financial, but we create relations, establish strong relationships. And that's what happened years ago. And now we're sharing a stage. So thank you so much for being here. This
Thank
is
you.
her book. She's designing book in the back. Also, she's a raffle book. And if you want to purchase one, here is great book. I got this, I think, last year, I think.
Yep,
And I
last year.
keep it. And then when I invited her, I say, oh, I already have. So thank you. Also, we going to speak about this amazing, but let's see. So Vanessa, tell me about a little about the Well Project, because I think who knows about Well Project or NAHREP 10? Please raise your hands.
3 hands.
Three
4
hands.
hands. 5.
Well, Vanessa, you and I, we need to work
Yes.
a lot in here.
Yes.
Because if you don't know what is the Well Project and you don't know what is NAHREP 10, you're missing a lot for your business, because this is potential education. You know, clients look for us not only to sell or buy home. They look for us for acknowledgement, education, because things they don't know, we supposed to know. So that's what we advise them. So
Yes.
tell me a little more about the Well Project.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Maritza, for inviting me. And yes, I'm coming from Maryland. So many people know Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, right? Anybody? Raise your hand, right? That's the tri-state, the DMV. So yeah, I'm coming from Maryland, and I'm very happy to be here. Yes. What I'm here is to help you to understand about the Hispanic Wealth Project. We're here in a NAHREP event. And I like to say, what is NAHREP? Anybody knows what NAHREP stands for? I know a lot of time we're like NAHREP, NARA, NAHREP, NAHRAP. What is NAHREP, right? So NAHREP is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And what we are here for is to let you know about the Hispanic Wealth Project. It's an initiative from the NAHREP that inspires Latino to achieve wealth through home ownership, which is what we're all learning here, right? We're learning a lot of market, businesses that are coming out like Jesus. Se me fue el inglés y el español. So AI, we're learning a lot about home ownership, right? Yes? Are we learning, yes or no? Yes. I know we're kind of tired to be sitting. The brain is telling you that you're tired, but keep up with us. We're also learning about entrepreneurship. That's what the Hispanic Wealth Project teach. And also about financial and education, which is my part, and about saving and retirement. The idea of the Hispanic Wealth Project is to close the gap, the wealth gap between Latinos and any other ethnicity. Did I? Was that like what? That's what we're here for, to share with you exactly what is the Hispanic Wealth Project. And they have 10 principles. We call it the NAHREP 10. And Maritza and I, we are certified trainers. Besides being the president of the, Dallas and president of Maryland, of NAHREP, we are certified trainers of this project. And we are here to inspire you to become part of this project as well. But I'm not gonna continue talking. So
Thank you.
So
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You should know. You should be more involved with NAHREP and what NAHREP has, what NAHREP can provide for you, for your business. And what motivates you, Vanessa, to become a NAHREP certified?
I created a movement called the Latino Financial Awakening Movement, Movimiento Despertar Financiero Latino. Because I believe in empowering Latino. I believe Latino, we work hard, right? There are statistics that says that Latino work 3 times harder than any other ethnicity. But yet, there's not too much wealth in our household. Is that right? So I saw NAHREP as a vehicle to promote what is my mission. So that's what motivated me to become a NAHREP 10 certified trainer.
And I hope one of you guys motivate today.
Amen. That's what we want.
How those principles apply in your life?
Okay. And when I find out about NAHREP, the first principle says, I know it's very small, I'm going to read it to you. Says, have a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity, because the one with the most toys usually lose. What normally we think in our communities as Latino, the more money I have, the more I have to show off. Yes or no? Let's be frank, right? That's what we thought. Like, people that have money, you can tell that they have money by the car they drive, by the clothes they wear, by the shoes they wearing. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to brag about my shoes, right? But right, thank you. But that's what we learned. Actually, I bought these shoes before I learned about this. I'm not kidding. After I learned about this, I say, you know what? Gary Acosta is right. We're not supposed to be right. We're not supposed to be spending our money. We're supposed to be investing, learning about that. But anyway, so I'm not going to continue. Stop.
So thank you so much for that. So I think you touched principles, and those are the ones I hope someone in here can apply in their life.
Good. So Maritza, being the president, being a realtor, successful realtor, what motivates you to become a NAHREP 10 certified?
It's a lot of things. You know, back in the days, I was working 3 jobs, no real estate. And in 2019, I met NAHREP in one national convention, and I heard about NAHREP 10. It hit me one principle very hard in my heart, and it's principle 10, because it speak about family. You know, I was working, trying to make money, living for living, and trying to save, which you can't when you are a single parent with 3 jobs. The most you work as Hispanic, that's what we think, right? And the more I work, the more I'm going to think. That's not true. And sometimes most of the times, I was so busy. I missed a lot of things from my child. And one day, my daughter, the one is in college now, she say, hey, this happened. And I say, well, how I didn't know? Because you don't go to my practice. And I was like, ooh, hits me so hard. But when I was in convention, I say, I need to unplug this in my life. If I'm becoming a real estate, I have to unplug on my life, and I have to make different plan, different growth. And I decided to become a real estate agent to make time for my kids. And that's what I've been doing since almost 10 years ago when I met NAHREP. And
how these principles help you?
Help me a lot. Help me to connect with all this beautiful audience, especially with past presidents, with all of you board directors, with you, with Luisa, with a lot of people in here. That people helps me to build connections. But I have to tell you, one day, I want to talk about one of most of the principles. You want me to talk now?
Of course. And then we inspire them to become one.
Yes. And principle 3, Gary Acosta is the founder and the CEO of NAHREP, which you already say, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. He said one day, be prepared for the next recession. And I say, what does that mean? You know, real estate language, I didn't understand at that time, 2017. I said, I don't know what they're talking about, and I don't know what I'm here, but I know I want to change my life. And not my life, my kids' life, my generation. I want to build wealth. I don't want suffering. Where am I? I want to change. I want to plan it. I want to grow. And he was mentioned, people make money and they spend in the same day or in the next day, and they finish the whole money. And I see a lot of agents, and I'm not judging. Shoes. He speak about shoes, watch, cars. We as agents, we make good money, and the first thing, people go to the store, non-strong, to buy expensive. And yes, you have to be fancy, but you need to be careful. Because invest in real estate is the key to the success. It's the legacy you build for your kids because they're going to watch you every single step you do. And principle trend, 3 says, be prepared for the next recession. And I say, I need to prepare for the ups and downs. And real estate is that. So, ups and downs. People, with COVID, last year, some people, we got good business, but other ones left the career because, they don't look for resources. They are not involved with NAHREP, and they are not involved with NAHREP thing.
And in that end, Maritza, since we are in timing, and I'm sorry, you're the president, I'm trying to
No,
help you
no,
with
no,
your
no,
own time,
I
with
want
your
to
program.
respect that.
The idea that we are here, that she invited me, is because even you are not in the real estate profession, even though you are not a realtor, for example, in my case, I'm insurance professional, all of you can be part of this ecosystem of NAHREP Hispanic Wealth Project. And by scanning this QR code that we have here, you can fill out this form. They're not gonna be blowing up your email information. It's for you to be part. You can even be a advocate for this type of information. Are we sharing things that are helpful? Yes or no? Are we saying things that are needed for our community? Yes or no? I know you wanna clap. If you wanna clap, clap very far, very hard. Yes, clap, clap. So all of you can be part of this NAHREP 10 certified and advocacy for Latinos and communities.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, for come all the
And
way here.
put the next one.
I hope one of these principles plug you in your life. Because believe me, if many people know me, they didn't know I'll be one day in the stage. And they will know I own a team, and they will not know our business. And before we go, I just want to share about this because it's very important. If you have one of these, please bring to Valentina or Luisa. This is for a raffle. So if you go to all the tables with the vendors, they're going to sign, you're going to bring it back, and they have a great raffles.
And the last question that you were going to ask me.
¿Ah?
La pregunta última.
Okay, you have more question for me?
No, la última pregunta que tú ibas a
yeah. Since you are successful insurance, is like like you already say, this is for anyone. I'm real estate agent and you are insurance, but you don't have to be a member of NAHREP to become a NAHREP certified, right?
Correct. You don't have to be a member, as I mentioned. And the question that we decided that we want to ask is why I became NAHREP, being an insurance professional when I'm not a realtor. And it's because I believe as a Latina that united, if we come together, that's why I created a movement. And if you can scan the QR code, you're going to receive a guide, una guía que te habla de servicios financieros, de cómo tú puedes educar tú mismo, how you can yourself be financially more prepared. That is why I became a part of the NAHREP, even being a president of the board, because I believe in education, I believe in united, I believe in a lot of what we are doing here in NAHREP. So I will be signing my book. Yes, I wrote a book, and it's in English as well for the English speaking. Just Mickey Way Sneaker también está en inglés y está en español. So if you want more about what I do, I love to talk to all of you.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for let us, be part of your life. And I hope you can go to the website of NAHREP and start reading and see which of these principles will impact in your life and can change, your life and your family life. Because this is not only about us, and this is not only about make money. This is about to be involved in our family and to save money, because we never know when is the next recession. I hope not close, but we never know. Thank you so much.
All right. I want picture. Photo?
Okay, thank you, Vanessa and Maritza. Thank you, ladies.
One more.
Say cheese, guys.
Yeah, guys, please.
We have to make sure we get that right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. All right, now time for some updates. Don't worry, this is the kind of information that's good information, not check your email later, okay?
Okay, let's go on to bring to the stage to our president, board director, Sally Briseño, and Miss Nicole and Christopher as well. Okay.
So, not the president. I am the Government Affairs Director for NAHREP Dallas, Sally Briseño, and I would love to bring to the stage Mr. Christopher Lewis with Builders of Hope and Ms. Nicole Raphael with St. Philip's. So we recently went, not the three of us, but NAHREP just recently had their National Housing Policy Convention in DC. And I was just telling Chris that we talked about affordable housing and possible solutions and what can we do and zoning and all kinds of stuff. But these are the people that are actually doing it. So I wanted to bring them to the stage to share with us what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how we can partner with them to bring affordable housing to our clients, which is what we all want, correct? So I'll let you guys introduce yourself. Who are you with, and what is your role, and what does your organization do?
Hi, my name is Nicole Raphael. Thank you. I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Nicole Raphael. I work for St. Philip's School and Community Center in South Dallas. I've been there for 5 years. My role is as a part of the community development team, and I lead our housing efforts.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher Lewis. Well, as of 2 weeks ago, I guess I took the interim off, so now I'm the president and CEO of Builders of Hope Community Development Corporation. Thank you. Thanks to Sally and NAHREP for the opportunity to come out and speak. Builders of Hope has been around for almost 30 years. Our focus has been on affordable housing initially, but due to all the kind of gaps that's going on in the country, not only families trying to find affordable housing, but also having families stay in their housing as well. So we've kind of transitioned to our urban development firm. So we do everything from new construction on the single family and multifamily side to also on the community development side. We do property tax assistance. We help families do our airship cleanups, title clearings, a lot of other things as well. So I'm happy to be here and provide some thoughtful engagement.
Thank you so much. So you guys have affordable housing currently, or what are the projects that you have that are going on that you're most excited about? Can you give us some price points, general area, and some specs on that? So we'll start with Nicole.
Sure thing. So thank you for giving your background of the organization. I didn't do that at all. So just so you know what St. Philip's is, it's more than a school, it's a school and community center. And so it's been in the neighborhood for 80 plus years now. And St. Philip's has been that anchor in the community, has been an advocate for the community. Our area median income in what we call our triangle is about $36,000 a year. And so housing has been really important. So I get a chance to take care of what we call our housing continuum, where it goes from housing preservation as a part of the programming that we do, along with multifamily. And then at this point, we are on our next round of new housing builds. Over the years, St. Philip's has been responsible for about 70 units in what we call our triangle, which is bordered by Botham John, Martin Luther King Boulevard, and I-45.
So I'll give you kind of two different pathways. Also, as we talk, I want to give a shout out to Christian Marquez, who's here. So he's our Director of Homebuyer Services, who leads our HUD certified classes. So please, every second Saturday, check out our Hope for Homeownership Center at the Shops at Redbird. On the house development side, so we've been around for 30 years. So we built over about 800 homes. But we were realizing as we build single family homes, not everybody's home buyer ready. So one of our model based on we did an anti-displacement toolkit about 2 years ago, and it was an overall 3D mapping of the city of Dallas to realize how to help families navigate finding housing. And one of the solutions that we came with is that, Builders of Hope might need to transition to multifamily. So we're having our first 144 unit multifamily project come up in West Dallas, about 2 miles west of Trinity Groves. So the goal is to help families that are under that income bracket where they don't really qualify for any of the incomes incentives, or their debt to income ratio is too high, but they need a Class A nice living space that we can transition them to our pipeline. So that's coming hopefully this fall. We continue to do infill and subdivision. So we are always been around Dallas County. I'll use a acronym CHODO, which is a Community Housing Development Organization. So we're one of the few in the city of Dallas, but the only one in the county. That gives us the opportunity to get first right of refusal to do infill development through the city or county's land bank program. So we'll go build throughout existing neighborhoods, West Dallas, South Dallas, Oak Cliff, and particularly, but also we get federal funding to offset the cost of construction to make it cheaper to help families become homeowners, which is leading us to do a partnership with Dallas County and Pleasant Grove, which Sally is going to be helping us with on the realtor side to build 95 homes off of Lake June, Masters, and St. Augustine.
Tell us the price, please.
Yeah, sure. So the price point for the multifamily, we're serving families from 50% AMI all the way up to market. So that's anywhere from right under $1,000 all the way to a little over $2,000 for the multifamily. For the single family side, it goes anywhere from 60 to 80% AMI. So those homes typically sell around anywhere from 275 to 290, all the way up to like 120% AMI. So that's in your low to mid 300s. What I love about our homes is that they're semi-custom homes. So typically when we think about affordable homes, you think of traditional builds, but ours are semi-custom in the fact that through our buyer pipeline, which we hope that we can work with you guys in the future, that the buyers can pick and choose certain interior finishes on their home. So there's countertops, paint colors, flooring. So we want to have that investment in with the family to be in their home long term, because Bills of Hope has a long-term record of having less than 1% foreclosure rate in their homes, because when they buy our homes, they last forever, and they want to be sticking in the community because we engage with the community. Next, to be somewhat innovative, because I'm an engineer by trade, so I get a little nerdy, we're looking at 3D printed housing. We think that part of the solution is finding new ways outside of traditional builds to continue to help families find affordable housing. Then lastly, just to extend the affordability period, we're looking into shared equity models and community land trust. Historically, people like the big 5,000 mini mansion homes, but we might need to pivot back to families considering starter homes. Maybe get a shared equity home, a 3-2, generate that equity, and over time, you can use that equity to buy you your forever home. So we're trying to introduce these different type of models and price points so you can get a house for $225,000, $250,000, or maybe under $200,000. Yes, you might not own the land, you own the home, but you get that equity. So long term, you can go and buy your home. So there's different things that we are looking into. So we're happy to partner in the future with your individuals here.
Okay. And Nicole, one of the reasons why I was so drawn, I mean, first of all, I know you guys have been doing the tours of the St. Philip's community and all you're doing there. It's amazing work. But one of the things that really stood out to me is that some of your affordable homes also have an ADU, an additional dwelling unit, which is not very common here in the Dallas market. It's very common in Austin, but that was one of the things that we talked about up in Washington, D.C. That could be great help for affordability, especially for like Latinos. We have multi-generational, who has their mom that lives with them. Yes, yes. So we need more space, right? We need more space. They want their casita. Okay, so that's an ADU, right? They can have their casita with you and still have their own space. So do you still have some of that inventory? What is the price point? Who can actually buy those homes?
Sure. The price point for our homes have been, well, our homes are for those who are in the 60 to 100% area median income. So they are income restricted because we are a ministry. We have been able to find some procure foundation funds, donations to help us defray the cost of the homes. We've also received subsidy from the city of Dallas, as well as some ARPA funds, some American Rescue Act funds, and to help us with the cost of these homes. So our home price points initially started at $197 to $240. We had to bump that up just a little bit. So $213 to $275, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, beautiful tile in the bathrooms, and lots of beautiful cabinets in the kitchen and tile in the kitchen. But the homes have been well received inside of the community. As it relates to proof and concept, so in our area, the The geographic area that I mentioned, it's already zoned multifamily, several of the lots. And one of the things that our funders, our people affiliated with our ministry wanted to ensure happened in South Dallas was what did not happen, or rather what happened in West Dallas. We didn't want that to happen in South Dallas, which is you have a $6 million home right next to a $50,000 home, and then now the property taxes go up. And so it's been part of our mission and initiative to ensure that we procured those empty lots. And so we've not procured that with government funding. That's been purely through donations, because people really care about that part of the neighborhood and the community. And so with that, our homes are affordable. In terms of the proof and concepts, we've done half plexes. So we have a 2-story half plex concept, 1-story half plex concept. We have one of the homes with the ADU. That was really important to get that started as the proof of concept, because in the city of Dallas, while the lot was zoned multifamily, a lot of the lots are really deep. And so as many of you who are from here, you may know those shotgun houses. And so a lot of those lots still exist. And so because we are novice at this and didn't want to go through the process of rezoning and things like that and breaking up lots, we wanted to see like, what can we do with this particular lot size? And so having the not duplexes, but the half plexes, and then the accessory dwelling unit was really important. And so to do that in our neighborhood, it was really important that we had great relationships with our neighbors, because we did have to go through the Board of Adjustments process. So that's another legislative layer as it relates to that. And we wanted to make certain that we can get through that layer and have buy-in from the city before we moved on with others. And we do have a housing initiative to continue to build on our existing properties moving forward.
Amazing. Just everything that you guys are saying, like this is what people fight about at the law level, and we're trying to figure out zoning and multi like you guys are doing it. Y'all need to be up there and tell them what to do up in Washington, because this is exactly what we need. Could you fathom finding a house, a new construction house within the city of Dallas or Dallas County for 200,000, or even 250? We're up at 270. We're still affordable. So these are the folks that you need to be connected with, because our clients, they need this inventory. So with that, I want to ask, so there's a lot of realtors here. Raise your hand if you're a realtor. Lots of realtors, yes. So, and even lenders, how can we access your inventory? Like, do you list them on MLS? Do you do you just have your own pipeline? How can we find those homes?
So the quick answer, kind of we are up on time. So one, feel free to contact Bills of Hope, boacdc.com. Myself, Christian is here as well, who leads our home buyer services. So one thing we noticed is that, a lot of families are not home buyer ready. So we want to help make families home buyer ready so they can tackle and buy our pipeline. We need help from realtors. You guys are kind of those bridge builders for us, because a lot of times we are a mighty team, but small, and you guys have expertise. Sometimes from helping us find land. Sometimes we can't rely on the land bank and other strategies to buy land, so we can leverage that, because we do work with foundations and get subsidies and such. But also too, is that we need somebody to kind of walk the families through the buying process, understand down payment assistance, so you can get the house even much cheaper. So those are different ways. Stop by our Redbird office every second Saturday from 9 to 3. We have a home buyer class. This is our full-time location for now until June. So feel free to get engaged. We need your help. We need you to help lobby for the work that we both do, because we need those federal fundings to continue to help you find families and get that commission. So.
Sure thing, and I will co-sign on everything just mentioned. I think the biggest thing from a realtor standpoint would be for those people who are in that restricted income area, the 60 to 100%, just making certain that you understand, as it relates to the city of Dallas for us, understand the city of Dallas's process. And so I would say that's really huge, and just understand and really walk with your clients in patience for those who are applying for the down payment assistance. They've just changed the program. There's another entity now that's monitoring that program. It hasn't rolled out yet. And so I'm waiting with bated breath, because we really want to make certain that the homes that we sell, they also get that subsidy, so that 275 home now becomes a 225 home, or that $200,000 home becomes and so that part is really important to me for the families who really need these new homes, because we truly believe that affordable and quality do go together, and so our homes are quality.
Amen to
But
that.
we do have a website. You can go to our website. Trinity Community Homes is how our homes are listed. St. Philip's School Community Center. You can Google that. My name's Nicole Raphael, and I'm happy to speak with anyone afterwards.
Thank you all so much. A big hand of applause here.
Okay, so that I can say that I was here. Can I take a selfie too? And if you can smile, I appreciate that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sally, Nicole, and Christopher. That's great, great information. Thank you. Say cheese, guys. Cheese.
So on the next one, we're going to give a minute to one of our sponsors. For his the Patriot, he's going to explain something to you guys that is probably amazing and it's important for you. And I'm letting him talk.
Thank you so much, guys. My name is Juan Riquez. I'm with Patriot Safe Rooms, and we do custom safe rooms for all houses. You guys pick the room, and then we'll build it to that room. We're located in Justin, Texas. We pass out flyers to all you guys. If you have any questions, please call us. We'd love to do business with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Miss Nicole and Miss Christopher as well. So now, how many of you guys are saying to yourself, I have to post more in social media, and you never do it? That's good. I'm the same way. So now we have an amazing panel where probably you're going to learn how to start, what to do, and how to post. Let's bring
Pita Flores and panelists, please. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vita Flores, also known as Vita the Credit Queen. I own a nationwide credit repair agency, and I'm honored to be here as your moderator for today's panel. We're going to be diving into how to actually use YouTube, TikTok, and AI to grow your influence, therefore growing your business. So not only to use it, but also to apply it. So let's get right into it. Allie, we'll start with you. Can you tell us who you are? And then I'll start with the questions. I guess you need this.
Hi, I'm Allie Aiken. I own Reach Strategic Group, which is a marketing and business consulting company. So I help with small businesses like realtors, real estate offices, and also title companies, other companies alike, and introduce them to how to make their social media work together with their Google in order to get more leads.
Okay. What is one or more tasks that people should stop doing manually and start automating using AI?
One task I would stop doing manually is, I would say, just trying to write everything yourself. Essentially, I would start using an AI, and instead of using just multiple AIs, which I think is almost a manual thing itself by going in and having to write into each one, and you don't know which one's going to give you the best answer, I would find one that combines them all, like something like Perplexity AI that includes all the AIs in one and gives you a cited answer.
Nice. Okay. Sally, can you tell us who, or we already know who you are, but what is your strategy for going viral on TikTok while attracting the right audience?
You heard my board of directors role, but I'm also a real estate broker, co-owner of Texas Community Realty. And I'm up here because I've gone viral a few times on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and the community, my brand that I serve is Latinos. So what made the change where I was posting, I've been posting for years, right? And I wasn't posting consistently. I post here and there, but leveraging trending sounds, trends on TikTok it's huge because you're kind of riding the wave, right? So you're not fighting because everybody has different strategies. There's different influencers that say, no, you want to be original. You can still be original and use trends. So that's what really has helped me with going viral. But more than that was when I stopped trying to look a certain way or say the certain things that people expect from realtors. And I just started to be helpful. So with everything that has happened in the last couple years, and it feels like 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, it feels like a long time. But I just started thinking like, okay, what do Latinos need to hear right now? They're scared. They're looking to see who can they trust. They want to know how to protect their family, how to protect their property. And that's what I started talking about. Because what we know as realtors is not common knowledge for all Latinos. So we need to be able to share that with our community and to show them that even in the darkest times, we're there for you. So I love doing the fun stuff, but what made me go viral was the educational things that I was talking to in Espanol.
Awesome. So education, trending sounds, and being authentic. Nice. Maritza, let's move on to you. What type of content on Facebook actually converts into clients, not just likes for you?
Storytell.
Okay.
You have to be unique. And most of the times, as agents, we post like, "Oh, we're celebrating a closing," but I think people want to hear the truth. We can share how was the closing to go to the table. There is like a title company. They work on this, and all the process is not easy. Many people got declined like 3 or 4 times, and we don't share that. And that's what you should share, because people want to see who you are, and only I usually, when I see one house and I just feel like a sow driving, and I stop and I do my video, probably with tennis shoes, my hair up, not makeup, I do it. And then is when I got more views, because I'm not sharing about this home is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. I'm sharing how much you can save if you use the programs, and how much the schools around, how much value is to live in that city, how much money you can save, and what is the opportunities for you to close with zero money. They want education. So
That's awesome.
when I convert them, is how that is storytelling.
Right, storytelling. I love that. And you're really successful on Facebook, Sally, TikTok. Natalie, we're going to move on to you. Can you tell us about yourself? And Natalie is really big on YouTube. If you're not following her on YouTube, make sure you do. Her content is amazing.
Thank you, Vita. Yeah, my name is Natalie, international real estate advisor, helping agents go global. And I think what I like the most has been like similar to Sally Education. We create content on how to buy properties abroad, meaning Americans into other countries. And also, as we travel, create content on how to buy in the US. So we do a lot of global, international, on the ground, literally. It's not just theory selling, Mexico from here. It's more like we're in Mexico, we're in the communities, we're like creating content, the pros, cons. Sometimes they don't tell you online what the cons are in any country. Just
I love
a
that.
tiny example. It was like the content we created for YouTube, and the time I almost got kidnapped in South Africa. So that I put all that online.
Oh, love
but I
it.
think there are little things that people don't tell you unless you're on the ground. You don't know. And then
Yeah.
we put everything in YouTube.
How do you incorporate AI into your YouTube platform?
So we're doing AI from the beginning. Like we're testing always new tools. I was really excited to hear the agent AI tools because I haven't heard them. And the one that I'm doing already, and you guys can go to my Instagram, just type my name, Natalie Salas. And we just were testing with the avatar, creating presentations, because sometimes you don't want to be camera, you're shy, and you're like, I just want to have my face out there, but I don't want to be the one saying it. So there's a way to do that with agent AI now, apparently. But we're doing 2 different tools for that. So we're merging like 3 tools into one to create a presentation. So it's like my face is on the video. The presentation was done with AI, and then the voice and the speaking part is also done with AI, which makes it super easy. I just give it, my thoughts on what the presentation is going to be, and then AI runs the whole thing. The script speaks for me, speaks like me, and we have another video on YouTube within a couple hours, and I didn't have to record anything.
Wow,
So
that's
my
amazing.
favorite right now.
Yeah, I need to get with you for sure. Ali, I want to move on to you. What is one AI tool or app that you cannot live without and you recommend to everyone here?
So I already mentioned it, but Perplexity AI, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but basically it combines all the current AIs you're probably using, like ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini, all into one. And right now there's not many safeguards on AI. So if you're using a single model use that's just one company owning it, you sometimes don't get the right answers. And so this makes sure that you not only get correct answers, but it gives you the citations for where they received the answer and why they chose that answer that you can do even more research on. And the other thing I would do is make sure when I'm asking a prompt to AI, I would always say to them, no matter what, also include SEO, as in search engine optimization, keyword search terms. And then whatever the response they send me back, I would reply one more time and say more SEO keyword search terms. Because if you're not using those, then your social media captions, all of the things you're posting online, which now Google reads as actual text, are not pulling up and you're not hitting the right markets or the right areas. So SEO keyword search terms, that's what should be in your prompts.
Awesome. Maritza, I'm going to go back to you with our last question. What is one mistake that you see some agents making on social media that might be costing them deals?
I forget about the microphone. I will say, don't be you.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
And do the many resources you can so you can share education because people is looking for technology. People is looking for education.
Absolutely. I love that. Sally, what are 2 to 3 practical ways that real estate agents can start using AI today?
So,
Like for someone just starting.
Okay, I think the easy way in, right, is ChatGPT. You're so comfortable. I talk to it all the time. I don't know. It gives me advice. It gives me ideas. I brainstorm with it. So usually, like when I'm thinking about a video, I might say, I saw this trend with this audio. How can I make it real estate related, or how can I make it related to Latinos? So then, or I might already have like an idea, okay, this is what I want to put on the on-screen text, and then it makes it better. So like you still have the original thoughts usually, and you use AI to help you kind of incorporate that and make it go viral. So I always ask it, for example, like you were saying the SEO, I always say like, give me on-screen hooks and audio hooks that are more likely to go viral. Nice. So act as a social media strategist. So you got to give it a role. You have to tell it, get into this mode, so that way it gives you the best answers. So, nice. And I will go back to the question that you asked Maritza about one of the biggest mistakes that I see that you could easily prevent is, one, not using trending audio. Even if you're talking, you can still use an audio that's trending on TikTok. And I use TikTok because TikTok has SEO capabilities. So it reads everything that you are saying, everything that's written, it reads it all as if it was Google. So when someone searches that term, you'll pop up if you're talking about it. What I see is that a lot of people don't use trending audios. So they have 10 views when they could have gotten 100 at least. And then the other thing is the quality of your videos, guys. The quality, come on. Like, it's all grainy and stuff. No, you can, if you have an iPhone, you can do cinematic mode on your iPhone, and that looks like a professional camera. You don't need expensive equipment. Daniel has expensive equipment back there, but you don't need that camera over there to be able to do good quality videos. Yes, yeah. So I just want to say, please clean the lens, please.
And I want to add one of those things. A lot of people pay for a lot of apps and just use the new one, edit videos. You just like I recorded today, so many today, and I will add it in maybe like in a minute, and I will post.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Edit and what is Perplexity? Yeah. That's the in CapCap 3. With those 3, you go organic. You don't spend money, and yes, I'm agree with you, but I can say I prefer put my own voice because people go use AI, but if they hear other voice, that's not you. I use my own voice, and I use my own picture.
I love it. I love that. Well, I want to open up to the audience. If anyone has any questions for our experts on Facebook, TikTok, and Google and YouTube. Does anyone have a specific question on lead gen, conversion, measuring data, anything like that? Awesome. Okay.
At least one.
Yeah? Yes.
What would be the best way to approach or do a video in regards to a listing? Everybody does the same thing, here's a house. What would be your suggestion in regards to what is the best way and how long it should be?
I will say it's 90 seconds, but I do last. And don't do just, hey, I'm in front this home. Don't. That's old school. Do AI as organic, but say why you should buy this home. Give value, give education, give acknowledge to them. I will say many times this same thing: education, acknowledge, and be yourself. That's the best. Because you keep in saying these 3 bedrooms, a square foot, blah blah blah. Everybody say that, and you have to change everything. That path, I think.
And I think it depends on the platform too, because the length will depend on the platform. Like for something that works for TikTok, like it's 1 minute. In YouTube, you maybe do 20 minutes or 15 minutes, because the longer people watch, the more you're gonna get that engagement and showing the details. Because we have a very good top producer in Austin that his videos are 20 minutes and people stare at the whole house and every single corner. They wanna just see, they feel that they're there. And then you save time too, because you record a house and you show it to more than one client. Like a full video tour, and take your time, because some people want to rush through it, and sometimes for YouTube you want to take your time. YouTube, yeah. For TikTok, will be shorter.
Oh, for TikTok, you want to be under 90 seconds. So same thing as Facebook.
You, sir, in the pink jacket.
I appreciate that. Pink jacket on, so I appreciate that.
I love it.
So, question. So, a moment ago, you were speaking about SEO, right? Are you speaking in terms of when it comes to hashtags or within the content of the post?
So both. Hashtags, a lot of people are saying hashtags are dead. Don't use hashtags. They're not dead. They've just changed the way that they work. No longer are hashtags read as a specific entity. It's actually read, Google reads them as actual text. And so you want to pick 3 to 5 niche hashtags, meaning a combination of location and your niche or whatever the topic is. And so if you're wanting to know what kind of hashtags to use, I would say into the prompt, if it was for a listing, I'd give them the address and all the details about the home and who you are. And then I would say, I need a viral hook caption or a viral hook one-lining opener in order to grab everyone's attention that includes SEO keyword search terms. Then write me a caption with SEO keyword search terms for a buyer that would be looking for this address, and then for your and include 3 to 5 hashtags, and they will pull the right SEO, and then whatever their response gives to you, reply and say more SEO in it. And so then it'll alter it even more and make it more niche towards your topic, and then you'll start seeing people actually finding it when they're searching Google, when clients are searching Google or their own ChatGPT, you want to be popping up. So the more SEO keyword search in all parts of your post should be.
My second tier to that, I was told, and I don't know, you're the expert, it matters the number of likes and things you get prior to adding the hashtag. You're supposed to get a certain number of views, likes, or something before you add the hashtag. Is that accurate?
Not that I know of.
No. So that was a good question though, because engagement is everything. On I think most of the platforms, on TikTok, it is super important. I've seen influencers talk about this so much. So a like on TikTok counts, so they go by points. So if you've noticed, usually it's like a point system for the algorithm. So they'll throw your video out to a group of like 100 people. If those people don't engage with it, they don't save it, they don't like it, they don't comment, then the video's dead. But if they show it to the same bundle of people and then you have a comment, then the algorithm's like, okay, let me send it to some more people. If you have a save, if you even copy the link to share it, you don't even have to share it. If you copy the link, it thinks that you're sharing it and it's gonna push your content out more. So you wanna do that for other people, and you want if your friends, because everybody on TikTok says like, I get more engagement for people that don't even know me than the people that know me. be the people that know people that actually engage with their content, because the little hearts, it only gives you 1 point, but if you actually comment, oh, that was a great video, or oh, I love that kitchen, it gives them a lot more engagement, so that means their video is going to get pushed out further. And saves also give several points, so basically engagement is really important.
I love that. Awesome.
Can I add one thing with Facebook on that? Because very important. When you post your video, that's very important engagement. If you post your video in 1 minute to 3 minutes, it's nothing like somebody, people can like, but if nobody comment yourself. Because whenever you comment yourself, this go viral. Like everybody can start seeing. But because if nobody comment on your video, or you don't comment your video is dead.
I comment my hashtags so that way I can delete them if they're not working and alter them. And on Instagram, you can do trial reels now where it doesn't send it to your own audience, doesn't go on your profile, and just see how your video is doing. Decide it later if you want to keep it on or not.
I love that. Well, thank you, ladies, for all of this info. Obviously, social media is a powerful tool. If you have a phone and if you have internet, your audience is limitless. So shout out to all the ladies.
Thank you, ladies. Now we go to an amazing and important part. What? Okay. I will bring to the stage to Valentina and our teacher Luisita. Where our teacher? Where's Luisita? Luisita.
Ya fueron todos, ¿verdad?
Luisa. Ah, ya. No fue.
Okay, guys, it is time for our raffle. Okay, who's ready to win something? Woo! You made it through the presentation. It's time for some wins, okay? Luisa y Valentina.
Lista. No, eso se llama por número. Ah, por nosotros es lo de esto. Ah, ay, qué bonito. No, yo me raso. Primero, ¿verdad?
Es que no sé cuál vamos a hacer primero, pero ya está todo. Hola a todos. Si tienen su pasaporte listo, por favor, tráiganlo. Es para la rifa. ¿Qué? Mano santa. Ya lo va a pasar. Primero vamos a empezar con los vasos, que son los tickets verdes.
Solamente es que son 2 tickets. Uno que te dieron y uno que te dieron.
Aquí es, no, el ticket lo tienes que tener porque lo vamos a sacar. Mano santa. Por favor, tengan listos sus tickets verdes. Así como este. Sí, ahorita que terminemos con estos.
Okay, guys, let's go to the raffle. The people that have the tickets, just pay attention, please.
Okay, ya empiezo.
Just do it.
Okay, we're gonna call the numbers. You have the green tickets. We're gonna call we're gonna raffle some glasses, and we're gonna call. Okay. ¿Escuchas? ¿No? Okay, we're gonna call the raffles on the green tickets. So we're gonna call the numbers. Okay.
Okay, guys, please check your green tickets. Just pull it.
Okay, guys, I know we're very excited. Just real quick,
Por favor, atención. El número del ticket del primer vaso es el 050, terminación 050.
So if you have a green ticket, the last three numbers are 050. 050. Anybody has a green ticket with 050?
Los tres últimos números 050.
No.
Go.
Next.
050. ¿Sí?
No, 14.
No. 050. Ok, vamos a agarrar otro número. El 027.
027.
027.
027. Congratulations.
Felicidades. Ok, el siguiente.
One more, guys, one more.
Ok, tenemos un vaso, otro vaso. El número es el 047. 047.
047. Okay, we're gonna call one more.
061.
061. 061.
061.
I think we have a winner over here. Let's see. What number do you have? 061. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are we doing another one?
Ahora vamos a ponerla. Tenemos un vaso más. Por favor, tengan listos sus tickets. 060.
060. We have one more cup. 060.
¿No? Vamos a sacar otro número. 052. 052.
052. 052.
Ya se fue. Uno más porque no sale. 009.
009.
009. Oh my God. Wow. 062.
062. Winner 062.
062. Es que ya se fueron todos. 008.
008.
008. Ajá. Oh. My gosh. 016.
016.
Ya quiero. 016 tampoco. 049.
049.
049. ¿No? ¿Qué número es ese? 020.
020.
No, tampoco. Por favor, pongan atención con sus tickets verdes. 031.
031.
¿Ya? Ok. Ok. ¿Qué número? Pero ¿dónde están los nombres? Ok, ahora vamos a hacer la rifa con los pasaportes, a ver si están todavía las personas, porque con los números no hay éxito. Leslie, checkla el nombre. ¿Qué número?
Yay, we have a winner. Leslie won the Amazon gift card.
Ella sí puso atención, así que vamos a agarrar otro. Lucio.